It is Vegas, baby. Vegas, baby. Why am I making these noises on the why? Why do I do these things? There's something that I did wrong. Okay, so game capture is on. We're gonna record on the things. My eyes feel like death. My eyes are very tired. I don't know why. I hope I'm not getting sick. Find it unlikely that I'm getting I'm getting sick. You can barely hear me. My volume should be okay. That's on your side, Harry. I think. Anyway, we're gonna go live in a little bit. I'll leave you with the sounds of the game. What are you going to do today? Asks Harry. DLC. Maybe. We're not going to start off with DLC. Let's go live. Welcome to the stream. The canon order is Dead Money first. That's actually really good because I have Veronica with me. Wow, my eyes are tired. Wow, I hate it. I'm not even, like, it's the eyes that are tired. It's not, oh man, this sucks. If I'm getting sick, then it sucks. I can't get sick, though. Need whiskey. I do have whiskey. Actually, it's not whiskey. Right next to me. It is whiskey. Willem Lawson. That might be the reason. No, it isn't. No, it can't be. I drank a little bit yesterday and I haven't put the bottle away. And it might be the reason. I didn't drink, like, I drank just a little bit. And he says that I'm an alcoholic. I don't say that. You say that. I don't say that. He keeps the bottle near. Well, to be fair, this is where I live, so I just keep everything in here in my room. Including the junk. If I showed you a picture, this is literally just freaking garbage fill next to me. But I'm not gonna show you a picture. Don't worry about it. You don't need to feel the pain. So, yeah, my eyes are just sort of, they're not feeling too well, and this happens when I'm sick, when I'm getting sick, like a day before. And hopefully it isn't, because otherwise, just a pain. Either way, we are in the Hoover Dam, and we have a mission to do in here. We need to talk to the general. I'm gonna turn my light on because you guys are in the dark.
Nice job out there.
Thank you. Excuse me. Oh, I was talking about the snow globes before. I found the last snow globe. That's pretty cool. Okay, we need to go back to Jean. You got the heavy troopers going
I
about.
could have been there to see Caesar die. What an asshole.
Mm-hmm. And an engineer.
I miss California.
Well, you're in Nevada now, so... What do we have? Well, let's explore. Engineer, NCR trooper, garbage can. Do I need food? Does this give food? No. Well, it's better. It's good for sleep, though. Do I have a lot of Nuka-Cola? I think I might have. No, I only have the one. Jane is Jane. I don't remember which one it was. I think it was Jane. Wasn't it Jane? What? How come I'm at 146? That's the effects of... Can you give me that? Minus strength. Minus strength and endurance. Oh, buff out withdrawal. Yeah, no, we don't worry about that. The Burned Man, welcome to the stream. Just shot Deathclaw 20 times with a multi-blast rifle, and it has 0 HP, but still didn't die. It's about use the console, says Harry. That is true. That is true. Use the console. Click on the... Make sure you click on the Deathclaw, and then right-click kill. If you don't click on the Deathclaw, you kill yourself. It's very dangerous. I can show you. Look at it. So, right now, open the console, and you right kill, and you press enter, you die. But, if you click on anything, or anything that can die, you can see up here that it's selected. If you do that, that thing dies. So that's how you console in Fallout New Vegas. Unfortunately, it only works on PC, so it's sort of, it's console, but it's PC. Do you know what I mean? We have the supply closet. Well, it doesn't look like a closet to me. There's an NCR engineer jumpsuit. If I ever need one. No shit.
First recon's at Camp Forlorn.
I used console commands since day one and play Fallout 3. Right? To be fair, in Fallout 3 you have to. Otherwise. And up here. What? It's some portraits. But we can't tell what they are.
Now it's back in our hands. I hope we can
Garbage
defend it.
can with nothing. And a door to the outside in a very hard lock that nobody minds that I pick. So I will.
Nelson's back in our hands. Hope we can defend it this time.
Nelson is probably... was it the last thing I did for the NCR? I think it very well have might been. Got some whiskey. A cabinet with some Jake juice. Jake juice is actually pretty good because I need strength. My buff out withdrawal is a bit of a problem. I still need to take care of that. We'll take care of that. Let's go upstairs.
First recon's at Camp Forlorn Hope. Now we've got a chance to hold it.
Oh, I was gonna go up the stair, but that's not how that works. Have you seen Mr. House's photo in Camp Golf? I have. I think I even made a thumbnail out of that one particular photo. Although the video is not up yet, maybe. I don't know. It might be. And up here we have authorized personnel only. We have an engineer.
I'm honored to work with Lawson. He knows more about the dam than anyone.
Lawson must be... Yes, that's good. Must be the...
Hey.
Hey. I was gonna say it must be the captain or the corporal that we're looking for. But I don't think that's the case. Doug, the drug slug, welcome to the stream. How's it going? Hello is a correct way of saying it as well. I believe. It's British, I do think. In British you can make it any vowel. Except the I. Oh, it's an elevator. Oh, we are going down below to the Hoover, to the power plant. We didn't, that's right, we didn't explore the dam down there. That's the visitor center. Oh, this is another door. Whoa, those doors don't match.
Our rangers are going to show everyone what happens when we're pissed off.
Oh. We got the whole power plant over here. Excuse me. Oh, these are the offices. And there's a locksmith's reader over there. We don't need that because we're maxed out. West power plant control box. The control box is locked. Excuse me. I speak German. Hello in German. That's a good point, actually. Lawson is still an engineer, I guess, says the burned man. Hello?
We won't go quietly.
You never...
Legion can count on that.
You're not gonna show up in the Let's Play. You're just gonna say the same things over and over again. Sneak 100 and I'm failing a steal. Ah, yeah, that is... Oh, what a lovely place over here. Hello. Colonel Cassandra Moore. Colonel. I said corporal, didn't I? Yeah. Gotta talk to her in a little bit. The computer is not a computer. The desk has... I don't need the key for the safe room. I go where I want. If I'm gonna steal the key, I'm gonna lose karma. I might as well lose karma for opening the door by lockpicking it. Which I would also lose anyway if I use the key. Colonel?
Good, you made it. I've been receiving reports about the savior of the
The fire on the inside burns brighter than the fire on the outside.
You've proven yourself especially capable. And right now, I can use all the capable people I can get. Crocker gets handed the fluff missions that no one else wants to do. When people need something really important done, they come to me. Usually I dispatch one or more rangers to see these things through, but I'm
He doesn't do that.
handed at the moment.
He doesn't do that.
Think you're up for a real mission?
Yes, ma'am.
Since the majority of my men are on assignment dealing with the Legion, I need someone to handle other matters that have arisen. Make no mistake, there's a battle coming, and I intend to make sure there are no loose ends when the time comes. One such loose end is a gang known as the Great Khans. Have you heard of them?
You could say we've had dealings.
Then I don't need to tell you that they can be a pain in the ass. The NCR has a rather
little.
sordid history with them, and I'm concerned that we'll find them aiding our enemies when the Legion attack comes. That is, unless we get to them first. I want you to visit them in their canyons to the far west and make sure they're in no shape to join the Legion. They're just another gang of raiders as far as I'm concerned, so deal with them appropriately. Any questions?
We'll, what if I convince them not to join the Legion?
Don't fool yourself. I've dealt with enough of these gangs to know that they can't be trusted. Was there anything else?
What if I find they're committed to joining Caesar?
Then you'll need to make sure none of them are left to do so. Any other questions?
Will I have any NCR support in this?
I can't lend you any troops, but I've already sent word to Quartermaster.
I'm choosing all of the
to
lines.
be given full access to our hardware. You'll have to pay for what you take, however. We can't afford to give away equipment. Did you have any other questions?
No further questions, ma'am?
Good. I look forward to hearing of your progress. Dismissed.
Yes. No, the progress.
Yes. Did you have an update on the cons?
Indeed. Can I ask you some questions before I do?
Very well, but be brief.
Tell me about the NCR.
I don't have time to discuss all the different
Azor, welcome to the
aspects
stream.
of NCR
How's it going?
with you, but if you want it all in a nutshell,
It's all going
the
with me?
NCR
Going
is
well?
Progress. If you wander around the wasteland, you'll find all sorts of tribes, villages,
Apart from
and
my
such
eyes,
where people spend
very
most of
droopy
their
today.
time trying to survive. The NCR gives its citizens a shot at something more. We have laws, currency, healthcare, government, all the things that were lost. It's not perfect, but it's worth protecting, which is why we also have the largest military in existence.
I wonder if she's gonna be the linchpin connecting the military side of the NCR with the idealistic? That's probably not the word. Ideologic, maybe. The ideologic side of the NCR. Because there's a connection between the two, but you don't necessarily need to write characters that talk about that connection. But for her, she seems to be protecting... She's a good representation, like, the introduction to her character is her treating the Khans and other tribes like them as dust, basically. And so that is the representation of the military might of the NCR. But at the same time, she has the idealistic side of it, where she is who she is for the protection of, you know, what she sees to be good in the NCR. Let's keep an eye out for that, because there's a lot of lines over here, so maybe that's how her character is going to be. How did you get to be a colonel in the NCR?
I joined up at a young age. Was barely 16.
She's a do-gooder? I don't think she's a do-gooder.
Got a few strange looks at first, but those stopped when I got top marks across the board during training and became an officer at 17. A few years went by, my squad helped take down gangs of raiders here and there, and one day an invitation to join the Rangers arrived. Those were the best years of my life. Doing something that truly matters, and having the freedom to handle it as you see fit. Then I got injured.
What's going on, Birdman?
I received a promotion to colonel and given greater responsibility, but my days as a ranger were over.
Sounds like you miss it.
I do, sometimes. There are days I'd give anything to be out in the open air, planting explosives and laying down covering fire. But here I am, stuck in the same stale office day after day, while other people get to do the actual fighting. But enough reminiscing.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Questions?
Laying down, covering fire. I suppose laying down, covering fire is really not that big of a deal, but the planting explosives is sort of the thing that she misses about, because basically, you know, that's mines. She likes laying out mines, and which is what she liked to do as a ranger. I would say that's her military side saying things. What can you tell me about Hoover Dam?
It's a position of some strategic importance to the NCR, providing power and water as it does. It's moderately defensible, with a single point of entry on the east side. To get to the power plants below, the enemy has to cross the entire top. The Legions tried to cross the water on a few occasions, but slow-moving boats make easy targets for sharpshooters.
Yeah, I still need to go down there. What do you know about Caesar's Legion?
They're organized, I'll give them that. The few times I've encountered them firsthand, I've been impressed with their discipline. I've heard they don't allow women in their military, considering them nothing more than breeding stock. Their men, however, are typically quite large, in phenomenal condition, and prefer close-quarter weapons. Recent engagements have taught us to fear their shock attacks, so it's a blessing that we seem to have superior firearms.
Wow. Wow. She might be using her... She might... Oh, okay, let me... I need to explain why I'm surprised by that particular sequence of lines there. So, my conclusion is that she's using her idealistic understanding of the NCR as cover for, you know, or maybe as a sort of aspiration, or not cover as in, you know, she's not hiding anything, but that's the rationale that she is laying down for her love of working in the military. Because all of her understanding of the Legion comes exclusively from a military perspective, and nothing at all from... I mean, not nothing at all. The commentary about women was a little bit related to other types of policy, but it was also mostly focused on how they treat women in the military. The Legion does. So she doesn't say, "Oh, they're just, you know, awful people," or she doesn't say, "Oh." In fact, the only thing I was gonna say, the only thing that she says that isn't military is the fact that they're organized. I'll give them that, but that's not the only thing. That is also related to the military. So. Let's see if she actually even talks about the Legion in any other context. What impressed you about their discipline?
I've never once seen a single one of them back down or disobey an order. They'll happily charge a fortified position with little more than a sharpened stick if ordered to, and do so without hesitation.
She's definitely not a feminist, Harry. She's a freaking white supremacist. I was gonna say that she's the NCR, she's the NCR Caesar. She might be a counterpoint to Caesar. Because I'm reading into it. Like, oh man, I'm reading into it a little. So what I'm doing, just, you know, because of course I'm recording a Let's Play, and a lot of what I say is gonna make it into the Let's Play. But when I decide what to talk about, like, it's difficult for me because I don't remember her character at all. It's difficult for me. I sort of also didn't get that what she said. It's difficult for me to know what I'm gonna say in advance. And even after I hear something, if I'm gonna be on a normal Let's Play. On a stream, it's a little bit different. But on a normal Let's Play, if I'm going to be thinking about what I hear the characters say only after they say it, it takes me a long time. It doesn't take me a long time, but it's bad to pause and be like, what should I say about this particular line? And if I do that, if I take that approach, I basically don't say anything because I don't want to, pause in the middle of a dialogue and just think, because that doesn't make for a very good Let's Play. So what I do is I formulate in my head, I formulate some ideas as I'm hearing, and I sort of like do some like A/B testing in a way. Like, I think that she maybe is this. Maybe she's a metaphor for this. And then I look out for those things. And if I get confirmation as she's talking, I can comment about it. And that's what I'm doing to her as well. I do think that she might be written as the Caesar of the NCR. But I don't think she's like the biggest leader of the NCR. So she might be, though. She might be. I don't know. You mentioned that they were in good shape?
Yes, extremely so. They must use conditioning routines on par with the Rangers or better. Their soldiers can run near half again as fast as my best men, and close distances with frightening speed. And they're as strong as they are fast. Their superior physicality makes them extremely dangerous up close, so I've had the men run drills for taking on larger, stronger opponents. But they've all been instructed to take them down at range if possible. I've made it clear I don't want any heroes in my squad, just survivors. Yeah, the commentary about heroes, or that her doesn't want heroes, she's not written as a Caesar counterpoint or anything. I said before, I remember it clearly because I edited, since I edit every stream, I remember what I say in a lot greater detail than normal. But I said something that the Legion... The counterpoint of the Legion isn't necessarily the NCR. What did I say? What was I saying? Because I remember there was like an offshoot of that particular thing I said that sort of ties into this. I don't know. Power is weird today. I hope I don't screw up. No, it doesn't screw up. If I go offline, then it's because the power... There's a thunderstorm outside. It's because the power is having issues. But let's focus. Let's continue, folks. She's just talking absolutely about them exclusively as a military. She's just military focused for everything. So she isn't written at all like a counterpoint to Caesar. What kind of weapons do they use? Their standard kit seems to be a blade of some sort and light armor. Guns are not uncommon, but are of questionable condition. While they prefer to use their blades, it's common for them to scavenge better weapons from their enemies and use those. The men have been told to toss their weapons over the side of the dam if they receive a fatal wound, but I doubt many will remember.
Yeah, let's talk about something else.
I can only spare a few more moments. What did you wish to speak about?
Are you in charge of the NCR around here?
I command the garrison here at the dam, yes, but Colonel Shu over at McCarran is technically in charge of the area's forces.
Colonel Shu. Yeah, we talked to him before. And did all the quests, in fact. I should be going.
Good. I've got more work than time to do it.
Huh. So she's exclusively about the military. I do need to tell her about the cons.
Yes. Did you have an update on the cons?
Yeah, the cons won't be a problem to anyone ever again.
Good riddance. We've had reports for years that they're the ones who supply the fiends with chems, but no one's done anything about it. In any event, no one will miss them. And I've got another mission for you. We've had some disturbing reports recently concerning the Omertas.
I killed them all.
One of the 3 families that run the strip. Our intelligence has discovered that high...
Is this gonna be just me getting missions that I've done already?
Having clandestine meetings
It's gonna be awesome.
several months. We haven't been able to determine whom they've been meeting with, but if it's Caesar's men, we'll need to act. I need you to uncover what they're up to and stop it if it threatens the NCR. Any questions?
Oh, yeah. I killed them all. Why do I have... What is this? What in the world? Why do I have this line? That's not... That it's not there. Yeah. Exactly. Oh my god. I don't know why... I don't understand what this, I done everything... Right? Right? I don't know what this line is all about. I don't know why we have this line right here, but I'm gonna say, I'm sorry, it's just, I can't tell you that they're dead, the Omertas. Although, wait a minute, I think I might be able to understand what happened here, because the way we did the mission, we never actually met the leader of the Omertas, and so basically we know what they're gonna do. We're sort of, the game thinks that we have sided with them, which we did, up until a point, and we just never helped them. We never completed that quest, so they're not going to do anything. The vast majority of their leadership is dead, and I just can't tell her because I sided with them. Yeah, the Omertas are planning to attack New Reno. It's none of the NCR's concern.
I wouldn't dismiss it that lightly, but it's nothing we need to get involved with for now.
Big Sal.
Good work, I suppose. But we have other problems. While investigating the Omertas, what little I could
That's
on
the
my
one.
end, I came across something much more sinister. Evidence suggests that Mr. House is planning to make some kind of move when the battle breaks out.
Yes,
And I'm
actually.
guessing he won't be coming to our rescue. While we don't know what his exact plans are, my orders are to take no risks. I'm sending you to take Mr. House out of the equation. Any questions?
Any questions, she says. What could Mr. House possibly be up to?
To name a few things off the top of my head, expand his borders, get the
Yes.
NCR and Legion to wipe each other out, and
Yes.
seize Hoover Dam. Any other questions?
That does sound like his plans, yes. Well, what evidence do you have that Mr. House will make a move?
We've had reported sightings of Mr. House's Securitron spying on both NCR
Because I killed everyone, Burned Man.
Also, given a recent
After
analysis
siding
of
with Big
sightings,
Sal.
we now estimate that Mr. House has at least 4 times as many Securitrons as previously assumed. He wouldn't show his hand like that if he weren't prepared to move. And neither the NCR or Legion can spare the troops to investigate. Which is why I'm sending you. Any other questions?
Won't getting rid of Mr. House have huge repercussions for New Vegas?
Perhaps, but that's not my problem. Vegas is a nice place for the men to go on vacation, but it'd be an
4 times an understatement, yeah. Okay.
Good. Then you have your orders. See that Mr. House does not present a problem. Dismissed.
She's just gonna continue trying to go up that stair. Oh, that chair. I wonder if she's gonna see through my lies if I try to lie to her right now.
Report. Is Mr. House still a threat?
I think she is susceptible to my lies if she's asking that. Can I ask you some questions?
If you must, but please keep it brief.
Okay, so it's the same as before.
Good. Report. Is Mr. House still a threat?
I'm still working on it.
I shouldn't have to say this, but please don't bother me until the mission is completed.
Alrighty. That's the last mission for the NCR. Prince of Spring, welcome to the stream. Just highlighting to expend some of the 4,000 escudos. That's a word that I haven't heard in a long while. So, what I want to do is... So, that's the part 2 for the Republic. I need to remove Mr. House as a threat to the NCR. I'm thinking that this is not going to happen. Which means... It's done. We're going to do the LC. How do I get that money to start? I don't remember. Let me look into it. That money. New Vegas. New Vegas? Sure. That's the one. How do they know that for times of Securitrons? I think the reference there, Burned Man, the reference is that that Mr. House has oh, you need to go to that specific bunker. Okay. I have found the bunker. I think the reference is that the Securitrons in New Vegas have increased in number. And that's what's going on. Wow. That's a good wiki page. It's not. It's a bad wiki page. Wow. Oh man, that is bad. Okay, so you need to go in there. It's just going in there. You find it by random. You don't actually have... Holy Chaiso, welcome to the stream. You don't find any, anything. It's fine. Mojave Drive Inn is the entrance to the Old World Blues. Yes, Prince of Spring. Canyon Wreckage, Lonesome Road, Mojave Drive Inn, Old World Blues, says Burnman. Yes, indeed. And that's where I'm going. So, what I was saying is... Which means... We're probably going to start with the DLCs. This battle is going to have to wait a little bit. Because, you know, it's a big battle. And it's the end of the game as well. But everything is going to be held in suspense for the moment. What we're going to do right now is we're going to explore the rest of Hoover Dam. Oh, there's a terminal. And read about their things and all that. Initial inventory report. We have begun to take stock of what's left here, but my first impressions is, quote, not much, unquote. The equipment here is in terrible condition and will require extensive repairs to get an even minimal power production started. Looks like we've got our work cut out for us, boys. No clue what these are, writes somebody. Johnson, I've come across a crate with a couple of suits made of a material I don't even recognize. Do you know what the hell this is? Looks like pre-war tech to me. The eggheads we have down here are mostly glorified mechanics, so they just scratched their heads when I showed it to them. And then great, just great, with periods after each one of those. Remember those suits I told you about? Gone. Some jackass ordered a complete reorganization of our storage system, and now I can't find anything. Wonderful. I guess they'll turn up sooner or later. Wait. Will they? Should I be on the lookout for those? I think I might. My favorite is Honest Hearts. Says Burnman. I'm trying to remember. That's the Dam Tower. We'll do it. I'm trying to remember what Honest Hearts is. I think I recall.
Everyone, what we do to our enemies.
I think I recall it, and I don't...
Those Freeside thugs aren't worth our time anymore.
Just a bunch of people here. Computers don't do anything. Somebody eating. I don't remember what Honest Hearts is. Story-wise, yes. Funniest Old World Blues. I hate Honest Hearts. I hate the damn villas in Dead Money. I agree with you on the villas in Dead Money. Dead Money is a big problem in terms of pacing, and I will make it good. So if you like watching Let's Plays, you should check out my channel, because the Let's Play is going to be edited into good. And if you want a Let's Play of that particular DLC, of any DLC really, it's gonna be good. I'm gonna take out all of the bollocks. Take out the bollocks. Honest Hearts is the one in Utah with the Mormons. Oh, that one. I liked it. But it's tricky. That one also has a pacing issue, because it's a lot more open world than the other ones.
Nelson's back in
and so it's a lot harder for you as a player to get, like, pacing. So, yes, it's also going to be better in the DLC. Oh, sorry, in the edited Let's Play. So we can't go into the Hoover Dam Tower. I liked it. So that's another tower. Yeah, that's weird.
Did you know the strips?
Hiccups and burps. Oh, I wonder if this is it. It probably isn't. I really don't even know where.
Those cons got the hint. We've shown everyone that these are our new territories.
It's funny you say that. Your leader didn't know anything about that. It's real weird. It's not bad riding or pacing. It's terrain. The canyons are miserable slog through. Yeah, that's... Yeah. You know, that's pacing. You know, if you're gonna have a terrain like that, you need to have things need to be closer together. Just think Gothic 3 or any Gothic for that matter, but Gothic 3 at the beginning. If you've played any Gothics, Gothic 3 is the latest one. Think Gothic 3 and think of how everything is actually really, really close together, but it takes you forever to explore. Now they do that on purpose. And And yeah, you just I don't know. I think it was a decision that they made on purpose to make sure that it took a while. Oh, look at that. We can't go there. That it took a while to explore everything in that area.
Did you know this?
And Old World Blues is basically the same. They did it on purpose. Chinese stealth armors. That's what they were talking about. I'm really bad here. Let me take one of these. No, actually, let me take both of them. Because, do they need helmets? Because I don't know if we have any more. And Delilah? Sorry, Veronica.
Ooh, got something good for me? Is it a dress?
Not a dress anymore. It is a Chinese stealth armor. You're not going to use it. But, yeah, that's what that was. A little bit of radiation. But that's it. But Old War Blues has the sync and all the cool personality files. I don't think those make up for the fact that there's just so much combat there.
Those
Like,
free side
it doesn't
time anymore.
if you want to see those things, there's way too much combat. He doesn't want to play them. Ghostface, welcome to the stream. Speaking of New Vegas bounties, are we gonna see it on stream? No. The toaster and the light switch. In fact, Old World Blues, I might do something really bad with Old World Blues. And I apologize to you in advance if it's bad for you, but I'm gonna do it. I'm probably gonna do it, we'll see. I'm not gonna feature a single drop of combat in Old World Blues, because of all the DLCs, not all the DLCs, of all the DLCs except for the last one, the canonical last one, not the last one to be released, Old World Blues has a lot of combat, has the most combat. And I felt that it didn't... All DLCs tend to have a lot of combat, but that one in particular has a lot of combat, and I felt that it wasn't good. So what I'm going to do is I'm just not going to... It's not going to be any combat in the edit. So the Let's Play is going to be zero combat. It's all going to be lovely talking to each other. It's just amazing. And it's just going to be great. It's going to be good. I don't think it's possible, says Harry. Found the Zion Canyons map very small for my taste. I wish Zion was bigger. I was saying the opposite. But yeah, the whole game as combat. What are you talking about? Says Ghostface. No. More combat than normal. As in...
Hello?
You don't actually have too much combat in this game. What is this? Is this a way back? I think it is. This game doesn't have a lot of combat. Most of the quests don't involve fighting too much. Just, just some fights here and there. But you can easily avoid combat if you want to. Because most of the combat is out in the middle of the wasteland. How do I get over there? Oh, am I downstairs? I am downstairs. Huh. There's something downstairs that I need to see.
Nelson's back.
So because you can avoid most of the combat in the game by just not traveling too much, or traveling at your own pace, which is very important. The main game feels like there's not a whole lot of combat. There are a couple of mandatory fights. Yeah, but the thing is, if you're exploring, most of the exploration is based off done honest hearts with all locations in one sit down. That's a lot. Spirit of 2277.
Those Legion elite troops are back.
These things don't matter, do they? No. It's for the other mission. Where we come up here to either kill somebody or to snipe somebody. Either way, somebody's dying. I think that the one way to avoid fights is to get that ghost suit. That could be. What's next after New Vegas and KOTOR? Good question. I don't know.
Khan's got the hint.
Don't know.
Everyone that these are our new territories.
We're gonna find out. Fallout 2 with cut content. I always play Fallout 2 with cut content. But I will play Fallout 1 before I play Fallout 2. Oh, we made it down here. Hey, everybody. Just working away at this?
Those free side thugs aren't worth our time anymore.
The free side thugs. What is this? Just such a big place. I think this is the path. I think this is the only place we see those computers up there. This is the path to where we start. Or maybe not. Or maybe yes. I don't know. I actually like Tactics, says Ghostface. I like Tactics as well. It's not a very good game, but it's good. You know? You know, that's kind of... I know it's contradictory. This Fallout 1 has good content mod. A little. The Fix-It patch restores some of the things that weren't in the game. Like, I know that it's not a whole lot, but it does restore some of the things. Because we don't know too much about Fallout 1 in terms of cut content and all that. So, yeah. Watched some gameplay on YouTube and didn't have an interest after the first episode, lol. Says, Fallout Tactics? Yeah, it's just, you know, XCOM, but not as good. It's you know, it's just it. That's just the thing. It's not as good as the competition. What if I jump down here? Whee! Everybody's saying their own normal things. Look at all the broken computers. Mike Lawson. Hey, fantastic! Fancy seeing you here.
Well, look who it is. Fantastic's little helper, all grown up, following in his master's footsteps.
Fantastic. What are you doing here?
What's it look like, man? I'm fucking king of the NCR. Caesar's Legion has Caesar, the NCR's got Fantastic. It's Fantastic's NCR now. This whole war's about power.
Theoretical degree in field, yeah.
Caesar wants it, NCR wants it. Fantastic's got it. After I fixed Helios 1 and basically saved the NCR from the dumb shits who run it, I got myself a little promotion. Now I run the whole shebang.
They put you in charge of Hoover Dam?
They sure as shit did. I mean, there's still...
We'll see, we'll see.
I have to run everything by Lawson before...
He's not gonna be here at the end of the game.
But do I ever do that?
Because I'm siding with Mr. House.
Is his name Fantastic?
So you have to do whatever Lawson tells you.
No, man. That's just what I'm supposed to do.
It's yours to be, yeah.
Tells me to push the middle button.
That's the whole... That's a recurrent criticism of the NCR.
Touch it. I know where my loyalty is.
That they don't manage their people
don't know
properly.
How an idiot like that gets put in charge of anything.
Yeah. Don't rub it. We know. We know what the game. What you know? What? Oh, my God, it's just a little bit too on the nose, you know. Anyway, what are your responsibilities now?
Man, what aren't my responsibilities? Dam overflow, dam underflow, dam leakage. Sometimes the dam gets too big and I have to shrink it down. People come to me to resolve their disputes with my wisdom. Like, hey, Fantastic, who gets to keep this doodad we found? Or, yo, Fantastic, when will you accept that you're the father of my child? It's crazy.
Okay, get this straight. You're not my master.
Whoa, hey, alright man, it's cool. Who said anything about being your master? I'm just the guy who tells you to do the stuff you do before you do it.
Sure.
Adios, amigo.
Dude!
Hello there, youngster. Welcome to my baby.
Yeah. What do you think of Fantastic?
Well, he mostly stays out of the way, which is a good thing. He'd probably end up doing some real damage if he tried to make himself useful. Right now, we mostly let him operate the switchboard for the intercom. Flipping switches seems to keep him pretty happy.
let's talk about something else.
You've got my ear.
What do you call this place? Why do you call this place your baby?
The power station, the dam, they're my babies. Well, don't tell my grandchildren I said that. Anything in here that I haven't rebuilt, I've fixed. I've been here since well before the first battle. I've ground my knuckles on so much cement in here, it is nearly as much me as it is cement.
Tell me about the last battle.
I was down there for most of it, so I can't tell you much of what the boys with the guns were doing up top. From talking to the boys that were fighting up there, I can tell you that Hanlon managed to pull off what most people would have thought impossible.
What do you do here?
I'm the head engineer. I make sure the turbines keep spinning and the water keeps pumping.
NCP restoration mod on. I do not know what NCP is. I don't know, actually. Ghostface. I don't know. I don't have the list with me. I need another computer. Oh well, actually, I need all I need is a keyboard for this computer. I do have one, but it's hard to reach and it's a pain in the ass. So, I need a better desk. I need a bigger desk. NPC restoration mod. Yeah, I have some new NPCs. I don't know if that is from an NPC restoration mod, but don't worry about it. But yeah, I just I don't know. I don't know if there's any one mod that is called like that. How is the dam running these days?
Been better, been worse. When I first came here, there was but one turbine spinning. At one point shortly after the last battle, I had 6 of them spinning. It was a wonderful sound. Only 4 of them are running right now.
What's wrong with the other turbines?
A little bit ago, one of the intake towers got clogged. No water running through it anymore to spin the generators. One of these days, I'll get some boys out to the turbine to get it running again. But right now, it is pretty low on the priority list.
Maybe I'll be able to figure out why it got clogged. See you later.
Bye.
I don't know that we ever make it up there, though. I wouldn't even...
We won't go quietly. The Legion can count on that.
I wouldn't even know where that would be. Now, we have seen the maps. But I don't know. This probably leads downstairs. Into the lower level. Just that the voices and the faces aren't vanilla, and the mod aims to swap out the faces that don't look like the voices they speak. Yeah, there's a lot of like different little differences that the mods that I have make it. I wonder if that is one of the turbines. Oh, cool. Cool. Veronica, don't patronize me. You can fall. You can't fall? You're not an idiot? Oh, Eddie is. Eddie is always an idiot. Character overall mod. That sounds familiar. Oh yeah, look at this thing. It's not operational. Oh, they clogged it up. Or I mean, closed it. And this goes up. Wow, this place is enormous. Looks like he has blush on his cheeks. And another one that's not working. I'm not sure I should be down here. There's no reason for me to be down here, I don't think. It's a freaking maze, yeah. I'm sort of keeping track, more or less, of where I've been. I want to see if this is the same power plant. Oh, we can go into here. What? There's another area? Like that one? Wow. This place is so big. There are at least three areas like that. What is that up there? Looks like... Yeah, the ceiling is caving in a little. This is enormous. What about in... Oh, bueno. Yeah. Ojo, bueno. I killed Caesar in his chair and left him to rot. What about... We have power plant number 4. Okay, there's 6. There's 6 enormous areas like that one. There's water here? There is water here. I think this area is big. Wait till you play the frontier. I might not play the frontier. Seems to be focused in combat. And I'm not too keen on that. I mean, I'm fine with combat. It's just... Oh. There's only... Oliver's compound. Well, there you go. We can't go past. There's only 4 of them. Alright. Yeah, it just feels like... I'm not a big fan of these areas. They're kind of fun. But it also inspires fear... The fear of... excuse me. The fear of... you know, oh, maybe there's an NPC somewhere around here that I need to talk to. Because there was an NPC that I needed to talk to in the first area. And there, it was just as big as this one. So, I don't know. But it's so much more to... They have artillery and real cars. Yeah, that's just not... It's not what I play Fallout for. And they are appropriately rare. And new enemies and creatures. Yeah, just... yep. You could make a Fallout game with humans exclusively. In fact... No, actually, I was going to say... A large part of Fallout Nevada, for example, is humans exclusively. Not all of it. Also, it's... Yeah. Remember that feeling of fresh exploration when you first played Fallout? Yeah. You can't do that in in a game that doesn't have the coziness of Fallout. For me, the real culprits are areas like Klamath and the Ghosts Farm. Those areas, there are some really good builds in there. Sure, for sure. I'm not trying to dissuade you of liking the game. What I'm saying is I absolutely love Fallout for the exploration, but there's a coziness to it. You know, there's a sort of escape room style vibe, as it were, from Fallout that you can't get from bigger areas, because you need to pay attention to the details instead of like the big picture. I don't know. It's like the Gecko Caves. How do I get up? Yeah. It's like the Gecko Caves near Klamath? Yeah. Klamath itself is a good example, but the Gecko Caves near Klamath, it's you seeing that door that you can't go into and be like, "Ooh, what is in there?" And then when you do go in there, it's a very small area. It's very, very tiny. It's got a single robot and whatnot. But because it's something that you look forward to, and it's something that it's never accessible right at the beginning. It's something that's, at least for me, stays in my mind. And I just, like, it's that sort of exploration that I look for in a Fallout game. If I ever make a Fallout style game, that's the style of exploration that I'm going to put in.
Hello.
I watched so much Fallout videos that I didn't even need to explore. Yeah, but you do get, like, I at least get that from seeing Let's Play videos. I get the same sense of exploration. Now, it does get frustrating if the...
Team leader shouldn't have messed without great honor.
It does get frustrating if the Let's Player doesn't explore properly. That's why I try to explore things as thoroughly as possible. But, oh, I know where I'm at. But I get the same feeling of exploration. So we make it back over here. This Interesting. It goes right in there. Huh. Alright. Well, it's DLC time then.
Smart move for the Kings to back down.
I know you don't like combat, but for me, New Vegas combat is so bad. It's so bad it's good. When I finally land that headshot, it feels so much better. Oh boy. I like the new California mod, but it was a bit too much in that respawn ability that young Enclave had, says the Burned Man. Even though without a doubt Fallout 4 is a much better FPS. I don't know. I think it, you know, if you're gonna have bullet, like, you can't kill enemies with a single headshot. That's not a good FPS. Unless it's like a Doom style game. And then it's just, that's definitely not what Fallout is. So we're gonna come back later, much later. But for right now, we're actually gonna go eat. Let's go grab... Ooh, no, before I go eat, what am I talking about? I need to go to the New Vegas Medical Clinic to fix my buff out addiction. Because that's how addiction works. And fixing, that's how everything works. Hello!
You're back.
Yes, it's the addiction thing. There you go.
All right.
Addiction is removed. With a syringe. Learn it, kids. 50 caps and a syringe shot. That's all you need. So I'll see you later, I suppose. And that should have taken my strength back up. If I... no, that's a different thing. Delilah's bag. Why? Your current health... I know, don't worry. Oh, my starvation is too advanced. Don't worry, I'll take care of that. S. Laxy, welcome to the stream. What DLC is coming up? It's the Honest Hearts... no, wait. Dead Money, that's the one. So we need to go to a place that has a lot of dead scorpions. Rat scorpions. Oh, probably would be... the Hidden Valley. He eats to heal. Do you think your character is secretly a mutant? Yeah, I'm not too sure about the whole healing mechanics with the eating. Not a big fan of that. Aw, come on. There we go. Give me your rat scorpion glands. Oh, there's not going to be many of them. Then money, boring as F, says Burned Man, when you need to walk those mazes. Elwood Blackmore, welcome to the stream. How's it going? Are you trying to get the casserole? That is correct. And I'm not going to cheat it in, even though I definitely could. But Sierra Madre and the NPCs are awesome. That is true. That is true, S-Laxy. And so what I'm going to do, I mentioned it before. Actually, wait, I didn't mention it before. And I'm also going to need to be careful about it. But what I can do, and definitely will do, is the editing that I'm going to make for the Let's Play. Hopefully, will make it so that it's better in terms of pacing. Because my problem with the DLCs in general is that the pacing itself of the balance between combat and the NPCs, the balance is just not there. And you know, so we need to do something about that in the editing. Trouble. It's not trouble, it's a dead scorpion. A dead scorpion, yes. Okay, that's pretty good. And we killed, I can't believe we killed the people, that was such a blast. Killing the things in the quarry. So we're going to Prim. There are enemies nearby. This is a lie. The game is lying to me. There we go. I love the idea behind Sierra Madre, and that says Burn Man, and it's a reference to something as well. which it goes over my head, but Harry is here to say. Well, the entire DLC is a sci-fi neo-noir reinterpretation of The Treasure of the Sierra Madre, a great movie with Andrew Bogart. There we go. That is what that is. So.
Have you seen that tower on the strip all lit
Oh
up?
my God.
You can see it from.
Welcome back.
You have to be kidding me.
Miles.
You piece of crap. I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate it that there's 2 different types of poison glands. Oh my God. You keep that then. How am I gonna do this? Can I take your stuff? No. Humphrey, not Andrew. I don't know who either of them are, so there we go, Harry. He says as he punches giant arachnids to death. Balance my butt. Oh boy, it's big red scorpions. Oh, the big red scorpions. Oh, that's such a pain. I don't like it at all. She probably sells things. No, who sells things? He might sell some stuff. Where's your... Hey.
Hey there, youngster.
Sell... Food, please. Aid. Oh, there it is. He sells some things. Hunting revolver. Light machine gun. That's probably good. No, it's way too expensive. Let's see. Crispy squirrel bits. Oh, he doesn't sell that much food. Oh, man. Okay, dinner bell. All these are unique, so I don't want to sell them. Not that it matters.
Pleasure doing business with.
Well, that's something. We're gonna need to go back to Bitter Springs, or not Bitter Springs. What's the word for that? Good Springs. Yeah. Go down the Viper hideout. Next door, there are 3 big red scorpions in between Prim and the place where you meet Cass. Yeah, I remember. That's where I was thinking of going. My food situation is terrible. You never seen Casablanca? Asks Harry. Harry, you know better than to ask that. You absolutely know better than to ask that. He needs the MRE from Lonesome Roads. It's very nice, says Burned Man. Yeah, well, the problem is making it. I think I've seen some MREs, but I didn't do anything. You can you find it in your hard quests? Why Johnson Nash looks like a zombie. I know, right? It's weird. It doesn't always look like that. It's only certain light. It's certain... Okay, these 2 things don't matter. I'm gonna sell them. Ah, dang it. Remnant power helmet. That's me. 30 glasses. What is that for? For speech. I don't need that. Everything else is good. I thought I threw this away. I just keep getting ammo because people give it to me. Okay. I might have some food here now that I think about it. I do. Maize. That's all that I need. Maize is great. Why are you using dock as storage? Because it's easy. Here you go, breaking my heart again, says Harry. Harry. Lonesome Road, I think it's my favorite, says S. Laxi. Lonesome Road. Oh, that's the last one. That one has so much combat. But that one actually makes more sense that it has so much combat. I use safe houses, mostly Brotherhoods. I don't have the Brotherhood safe house. I mean, I know where it is. It's just I don't think I can get... No, I do. I can go in there. I remember. Honest Hearts was great, if nothing else, for the logbooks of Randall Clark. Yeah, I recall that being really fun. I definitely recall that being really fun. Guys here told me that it's trash because... No. Harry told you that it's trash. It's not... It's a different thing. Although, I understand the terrain issue. Old World Blues was my favorite, says Trash Mac. Trash Mac, welcome to the stream, by the way. Didn't say hi to you when it came in. That's the wacky one. That is the wacky one. I was talking about it. Randall Clark is the survivalist. Yeah, the one that has a... Harry probably knows. He's probably inspired by somebody in real life as well. But the... I need to talk to... Hey, Pete. Easy Pete is the real evil, by the way. He knows. That's like a thing. He's the... Somebody told me earlier on. Easy Pete is the... Is the real Caesar? What is that? How the story goes? I don't know. Hey,
You looking to buy some supplies?
never. Just to sell. It's good enough. Lovely.
Another satisfied...
World will lose its most Fallout 2-ish of them, says Harry. I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't like World War Blues because it's so wacky. I think it's totally inconsistent. I agree with that. But that doesn't really... It's not as bad as some other stuff. And the robots never shut up. I do recall there being something like that. Where I didn't like it. Okay. Good Springs. Lovely place, as always. But we need to say goodbye because we're going to do our first DLC. And we found the thing already. I just need to find it now again. The abandoned BOS bunker. Did we go inside? We did. Wait. What the? What? Is it not here? We did see it. It's not this one, it's another one, right? What have you done to your game, asks Burnman. I have a mod that makes starting DLCs a little bit better. And this one in particular. Sierra Madre broadcast.
Has your life taken a turn?
There we go.
Troubles beset you? Has fortune left you?
Well, let's find out what this goes. Yeah.
If so, the Sierra Madre Casino, in all
This
its
is...
glory, is inviting you
I was gonna say Jennifer Hale, but it isn't Jennifer Hale
to a place where wealth,
at all.
and intrigue await around every corner. Stroll along the winding...
Why do I always forget about her name?
...resort, make new friends, or rekindle old flames. Let your eyes take in the luxurious expanse of the
Dang it.
open desert under clear, starlit skies. Gaze straight on into the sunset from our villa rooftops. Countless diversions await.
It's Vera.
Gamble in our casino.
It's Julie Vargas as well.
Or
Yeah, it's
stay
Julie
in one
Vargas.
of our exclusive executive suites that will shelter you and cater to your
I
every
had to chop it up because of the
So if
36.
life's worries have weighed
yeah.
you down, if you need an escape,
I have that mod actually, Ghostface.
or if you just need an opportunity,
It's not particularly buggy, but it is a little bit buggy. Vera Keys is the character. Laura Bailey, thank you. That's the one I was trying to.
world behind at the Sierra Madre grand opening this October. We'll be waiting. Has your life...
Will you be waiting, though? So that's how you start that particular quest. My hunger level increased again? Don't worry, I got food. The oh my god. But that's how we start this particular quest, and that's why we didn't get it before. It's because I don't listen to the radio. And now I need to track down the source of the Sierra Madre invitation. That's how we get in here. And it doesn't need a key anymore. Left my heart in the Sierra Madre. And this whole DLC is a reference to a movie called something Gone to Sierra Madre. It's something about Sierra Madre by Humphrey Bogart. Or with Humphrey Bogart. Ooh, junk food. Lovely. Microfusion cells, forceps, a jar of cloud residue. We're gonna want to be on the lookout for that one in particular. And we have a poster for the Sierra Madre. Begin again, it says over there. Because of the, you know, riches and all that. Equipment storage. Wait a minute. Dead money takes you to an extremely dangerous area of the Mojave Wasteland. A one-way journey until your business at the Sierra Madre is finished. In normal mode, you'll encounter new traps, enemies, and new companions whose lives are tied to yours. In hardcore mode, you'll be fighting the environment as well. A toxic city that erodes health over time. Companions are vulnerable, and so are you. Dead money is recommended for experienced couriers. If you up to the challenge, continue on. The Sierra Madre grand opening awaits, and has been for 200 years. Let's seek out the radio signal in the bunker. I think that might be the radio. I'm not sure about the signal. Sierra Madre. The symbol of the Brotherhood of Steel. I meant to turn my light on. Oh, you can hear the radio over there. Father Elijah. Yeah, that's right. And we're bringing Veronica with us. Isn't this... Oh, yeah, Vera is Veronica's lover, right? I think? I'm not sure if we are actually bringing her with us. Because I don't know that that is possible. There we go. So we tried pictures. My throat... Yeah, we did. My mouth just whistled. Harry, are you going to sleep? See you later then. Let's see. Laura Bailey is voice actress of Jaina Proudmoore in... Yeah. She does a lot of stuff as well. She's very prolific. That's so you can get all your stuff when you leave the DLC. Yeah, because I'm trying... Ghostface, I'm trying to remember if I need to leave stuff behind. Because I know the Honest Hearts DLC only allows you to carry like a certain amount. Father Elijah, yeah. Remember spending 10 minutes at a sink just to get full health after running out of stim packs. You can bring companions. There we go. Thank you, Harry. I would love to do an entire mod based on this DLC, like the areas around the Sierra Madre. Yeah, you can make a whole game. That'd be an interesting thing, actually, trying to expand... Huh. I mean, it is a whole thing. It is a whole campaign. But getting, like, a whole game based around the central secret thing... I wish I could see the whole Sierra Madre without the cloud in all its glory. There probably are mods for that. That was a quote from the movie. Oh. I see, Harry. Let's unlock the door. What? I got one of these things, by the way. A plasma. I mean, that's an interpretation of what it is. It doesn't look quite like that. It's a plasma little thing. Dean's Electronics. Oof, the books. Oh man, Bethesda. Bethesda and their engine. Does Fallout 4 still do this, by the way? I mean, this is really the fault of the level designers, I feel. But maybe it isn't. Maybe it's like a manner of conserving. It requires a key. Vending machine. Conserving, like, hardware time. This is an unusual looking crafting station. As you approach, lines of tiny holographic items appear on the dispensing tray. Wireframe schematics and lists of consumables the machine can assemble and package for the consumer. There is a slot on the side with a Sierra Madre symbol. The slot does not look part of the original design. And we make this out of Sierra Madre chips. An unusual crafting machine indeed. That's actually a vending machine, but they didn't want to implement a new currency. They did it in a very innovative. Yeah, this requires a key as well. I think this might be related to either the on the way out. Ooh, there's a tiny. Oh, it's a Dropbox. What the heck?
Or stay in one of our exclusive executive suites that will shelter you and cater to your every whim. So if life's worries have weighed you down, if you need
Yeah, right, Ghostface.
troubles, or if you just need an opportunity to begin again, join us. Let go and leave the world behind.
You can't read Fallout New Vegas in that. That is way too bright.
You've heard of the Sierra Madre Casino. We all have. The legend, the curses, foolishness about
Why is it so
it
bright?
lying in the middle of the city of the dead. Buried beneath a blood-red cloud. A bright, shining monument luring treasure hunters to their doom.
I think I know why it's bright. I have my light on. I have my light on, and it sucks. Let's do that again. Some of your mods. It could be the mods as well, but I think it's just the light. It felt very much like what the game does with the light. And it's Bethesda's fault, by the way. It's an easy thing to find out in Morrowind. No, not Morrowind. In Oblivion, when you... do I have that thing, by the way? I've showed it on camera before. I'm gonna show it on camera. It's cool. Oh, it's over there. Did you know that if you toggle free cam and move away during the cutscene, you see the screen? Right? Because that's the light. That's why I was saying. Let me show you. This thing. I showed it on camera before. What batteries does it take? Four batteries. Do I have 4 batteries? What are these batteries? They're... Ah! That's the batteries that this uses. Good. I have 2 batteries. Does it work with only 2 batteries? There's some things that work with only 2 batteries. This is not one of them. You scared my cat. Sorry, cat. This is Harry's cat. Oh, do I remember your cat's name? I don't think I do. Oh, got batteries over here. Oh, it doesn't work. Maybe the batteries are out of battery. I'm putting them in properly. I mean, I know how to put batteries in. Yeah, that's a shame. Oh man, it sucks. I wanted to show it. Yeah, I don't have batteries. I'm sorry. It's a thing. It's a machine. Look at it. Look at it. It's a thing. I just don't have the batteries. Yeah. Let me see if I can find something. I found more batteries. Let's see if they work. They come in pairs. Some of these might even be rechargeable. Plasma globe. That's right, S-Laxi. Ah, god damn it. Maybe it's these. Sorry. That sucks. Maybe if I do it like this, let me see. Because I have like a bunch of different pairs. None of them are the same. Actually, 4 of them are the same. So that I'm thinking maybe those are the good ones. It works. These batteries are all bad. I need to put them in the thing with the batteries. We have light. We have light. This thing is gonna work. Talking bad about politicians. Yes. The quest for the batteries. Yes. Okay. Get ready. Oh, I could turn the lights off. That'd be kind of cool. Then it'd be hard to see. It works. It works. Wow, on camera it looks very different. No, yeah, it's pretty good. It's so cool. Let me turn the light off and see what happens. Oh, it does it by itself. Because it's all dusty. It's all dusty. It's all gross. It's not supposed to... It is really cool. It's not supposed to continue. Turn some of the light off. And now we're in the quiet. It isn't actually. I think I can explain. Look at it. It's so cool. The premise of this is that the ball itself is filled with a type of gas. A specific type of gas. Oh, it does it by itself. I really don't think it should, because it needs conductivity, but I think it's because it's got static electricity or something around it. It doesn't make any noise, by the way. It's absolutely silent. Well, not absolutely. It obviously makes noise. Isn't it cool? Argon, yeah. I think argon is probably the one, because it's inert, so it doesn't react with things. But the way they do it is by applying current. It shifts the state from gas to plasma, which is a different state of matter. You know, like solid and liquid. It's really cool. There's there's multiple states. The whole graph for what different materials can assume, the forms different materials can assume. The whole graph is very complicated because it depends on pressure and temperature, not just on temperature, and apparently as well in current, in electrical current. I'm not really sure. You can see that my finger attracts it, and if I just put the finger in, it's so cool. It's got a bias to be very. Sometimes it like you can actually hear it be like. There's like a very high frequency pitch, so it's probably making high frequency noise that we can't hear. My high frequency sound is good enough, so I would be able to hear it. But yeah, that is it. Do you remember those old landline phones that had a wheel dial? I had one of those. When I was a kid, I took the dial off a broken one and stick the wires into the wall socket and see what happens. It was more spectacular than your ball. What happened? That thing is very low voltage, though. Shouldn't be a problem. The phone works on very low voltage. I don't actually know how little. But I'm also very surprised that I found batteries for this. Because I know everybody's like, oh, wireless this and wireless that. And these days, everything has got its own battery, which I think is good. But back in my day, if you had something that used batteries, well, you better learn how to use it without batteries, because otherwise it would be useless. Because ain't nobody gonna buy you any batteries. Batteries are expensive. Like people buy, like I have somewhere. I have a wireless mouse somewhere that I used for the computer that does the streaming. And 120 volts or 200? No, it is not 240. Batteries are still expensive. Yeah. I mean, if you're making a bunch of money, and if you live in the US and you pay more for rent than you pay for everything else, then it doesn't matter. If you spend $50 on batteries every month, that's fine. But in here in Portugal, no way. You're not getting batteries. Screw you. You're getting chocolates if you like. Because they're cheaper. Would I prefer to have a stupid battery, or would I not five chocolate, but a few chocolates? I would get the chocolates. 230. Yeah, but that's the mains though. It's not the phone. The phone is lower. The phone is like 24. I don't know. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna splice those together. Oh, we stuck it in the mains. Oh, right. That would be. Yeah. Chocolate. See? Fixed. Because it's my character actually standing in a place, looking at a screen, instead of being a cutscene. Chocolate and bacon. No. And also big eyes. Did you see the size of that woman's eyes? This needs subtitles. Why did they make it like this? It doesn't have subtitles. Chocolate ice cream, put some bacon on it. Oh, sorry. Thank you.
Preserved, just waiting for someone to crack it open. But getting to it, that's not the hard part.
I don't think it oscillates that much.
It's letting go.
It burn everything. Well, we're letting go when we finish the quest. I think the game crashed. Nope.
Are you listening? Good. From now on, when I talk, listen and follow my instructions. Play stupid. Play clever. Make the mistake of saying...
I don't know what's wrong with the sound.
That collar on your neck will go off and take your head with it.
Collar? What are you talking about?
It's like that Pip Boy on your wrist, except filled with explosives. A little radio of the old world. Just needed some tuning.
Yeah, I don't know what the sound is. That's bad.
The collar will go off. Refuse, try and run, disobey me, I'll kill you.
I don't know why. It didn't used to be like this, did it?
There's no escape from here until I let you go. The sooner you accept your situation, the better.
What is wrong with that? What do you want?
That structure you see above the fountain, the Sierra Madre Casino. You need to break inside. Heist. Too many years.
It was fine before, but like...
But to get inside...
Sometimes it happens. I think it's a limitation of the engine.
To gather a team. As I found, one cannot do it alone.
Let's try it again. Oh man, I didn't... It doesn't get an autosave there. It always does that to you. Okay, because I noticed before... Excuse me. I noticed before that... Oh, I'm gonna need to eat some maize as well, by the way. I noticed before that Boone specifically has a bug for that. So I wonder if it's like, if it's doable. I wonder if it's doable with other things. Got it. Try turning down the audio. That's what I'm gonna do, actually. Because I think it's when it peaks. But that's not a peaking sound. That's like an overload sound. It's like the processing is screwed up. So what I'm gonna do is I go into audio and lower the voice by this. A little. Let's keep it like that. See what happens. Can I skip this? I wouldn't mind skipping this. I doubt it's gonna fix it, but we can give it a try. Are we gonna need to see the cutscene again?
Let go and leave the world behind at the Sierra Madre grand opening this October.
Can't skip it. We're gonna hear it again.
You've heard of the Sierra
Yeah, can't skip it.
Casino.
Wow.
We all have.
I wonder if I can quick save in the middle of this.
Curses. Foolishness
Nope.
about it lies
The save is
in the middle of the
blurred
city
off.
of the dead. Buried beneath a blood-red cloud. A bright, shining monument luring treasure hunters to their doom. The world's most famous stars and entertainers were invited to its grand opening. An invitation was a sign of
We're gonna meet her.
exclusiveness. The
I think.
opening was
Spoiler.
supposed to symbolize a road to a brighter future. Not just for the world, but for all who came to its doors. A chance for anyone to begin again. Except the Sierra Madre never opened. The war froze it in time, like a big flashbulb going on.
How do I do that, Harry?
The grand opening. One big ending of humanity.
That's probably a bad idea.
In the wastes. Preserved. Just waiting for someone to crack it open. But getting to it.
Save.
Part. It's letting go.
Because if I say, like, it's the load... There should be an autosave on this transition. Let's see. I forgot that I could have lowered the volume in here.
Are you listening? Good. From now on, when I talk...
It fixed itself. Ah, dang it.
And follow my instructions. Play stupid. Play...
It's dumb as hell.
It's like that Pip Boy on your wrist.
It isn't not.
Except...
Let's see if it's that one.
Filled with explosives.
It is that one. But it's like in the audio. Is it effects?
A little radio of the old...
Nope. Yeah, it's just bugged out. You can write anything. Oh, I see. I don't think it's possible to fix this, says Harry. I don't think it is either. It's just very annoying. I will make it a little bit better in the edited audio, but this is just going to be something that we're going to have to live with for right now.
Just needed some tuning. Do what I say, and the caller will go off. Refuse, try and run, disobey me, I'll kill you and find someone else. There's no escape from here until I let you.
I don't remember this being the case when I played the game for the first time.
The situation, the better.
What do you want?
That structure you see above the fountain. The Sierra Madre Casino.
And the effects are so weird, like you can barely understand what he says anyway.
Heist. Too many years in the making. But to get inside, avoid its traps. You'll need to gather a team. As I found one...
Old world tech, right? You've caught others?
Around the world are 3 other callers like yours. Caller 8, 12, and 14. Find all 3 and get them here.
I think I'm 15.
Then we'll talk more. And should you get any ideas about killing each other and taking the treasure of the Sierra Madre for yourself, a warning. All your callers are linked. One of you dies, you all die. If that's what it takes to make you cooperate, so be it.
Why would you do that?
Because in some respects, breaking into the Sierra Madre is easier than breaking the human instinct. Greed. The villa is filled with corpses. Some killed by the dangers here, some by me. Others turned on each other. Once they realized the Sierra Madre could be theirs, they cared nothing for their freedom.
Jesus Christ.
Or each other.
Are they all dead?
The ones brought here live on only in what they've left behind.
And he has a lot of dialogue.
Graffiti on the walls. And victims they've killed. Some try to help.
This is going to be a pain to edit out and fix.
Their reward? They were tracked down, killed by others with baser instincts.
See you in a little bit, Harry.
Went as far as to leave traps behind them, turning markers for help into death traps for anyone following them. It killed some of them when they forgot where the traps were. or when they desperately needed the assistance they had cut others off from.
How many of these victims did you bring here?
Too many. It's dangerous. And its quarantine measures.
It's interesting that it says too many and is dismissive about it.
Failures upon failures. Do you think I wanted a place called ensure compliance? No. If robots could have done this, I would have sent them. The Sierra Madre is a complicated lock. Cracking it open requires human hands.
Where's my gear?
The Sierra Madre has many defenses, means of screening guests for illicit or dangerous items. Your arrival here, weaponless, was not my intention. The casino, this villa, it takes anything with even a trace of radioactivity, traces of unknown substances, and returns it home, the bunker. The process is automated, and the casino itself has other similar services. I was unable to find a workaround except to send others in as tools. Still, I have not left you defenseless. And the
I think a limiter might... Nah, limiter's not going to do everything here.
Can help you if you are resourceful
to fix this. What do you mean?
This place is well preserved. Few who came here ever return. All the treasures of the old world lie scattered about, virtually untouched. Search, hunt, craft what you can from what you find. The trash of the pre-war era can keep you alive. Food, knives, more. Use them.
Why did he record that line like that?
Shaped into tools and weapons, gatherers as well. Also, there is one more thing in your possession. A rifle that will keep you alive. As surely as the caller will.
Yeah, I saw that rifle pop up on the upper left corner of the screen. What is this rifle?
It is a hollow rifle, a weapon I constructed when I arrived. I have since made superior models and modifications. For now, that too will have to do until you find...
I don't remember having it when I played the game the first time.
Hollow rifle's ammo is limited.
I would have remembered that. And the streams are all also live, so I can go and check. In fact, I can go back and use the audio. The inhabitants. There's people alive here?
Yes, inhabitants.
Yeah, I probably will go back and use the audio from my previous thing.
Difficult to kill.
He does, doesn't he?
Whatever has created them.
Trash Mac.
Explosions, energy. It can make them inert for a time, then they seem to crawl back up, restored. Perhaps it's the cloud. Perhaps something in their physiology.
What is the cloud?
The cloud is what blankets the sky here. You may smell it in the air. Copper and sulfur. Burns the lungs and seeps into the skin. As for its origins, I'm not certain. Pre-war industrial pollutants. Something in the Sierra Madre structure. It is unique across the wasteland. And deadly. It has kept this place preserved since the Great War.
Will exposure kill me?
No. While it will erode your health, it will only bring you to the point of death, no farther. At that point, the air is lethal only if you enter concentrated pockets of the cloud. Too long inside one, you'll die, so be careful where you step. I've seen some survive concentration of the cloud for short periods of time, if healthy enough. Others were too weak. Rebreathers, chemical suits, there is no protection against it. It decays all it touches. I found fighting it useless.
Is there any place safe to rest?
Anywhere sheltered from the cloud. Inside buildings, tunnels. Any place not exposed to the outside air. Anything the cloud has touched has preserved it one way or another. But only the holograms in the villa truly remain.
What holograms are you talking about?
Ghosts.
Yes.
They fill the villa. More in the casino.
Speak quietly.
Much more.
Yes.
They carry out the functions the dead once did. They cannot be harmed. They only perform the same rote tasks until their power dies. They are of no consequence, except for the security holograms, the ones with the silhouettes of the armored Sierra Madre guards.
Security doesn't sound safe to me.
Most holograms perform specific functions.
The soundtrack is going all over.
Security holograms, ever since the bombs fell, now perform their function. They will kill anyone they detect. They are immune to guns, weapons, EMPs, even energy weapons.
Not fists.
Still, they have limitations. Their design limits their field of view, enough to avoid detection. Each has an
Didn't say anything about punching them.
Disable it, and they cease to be a threat. Still, at least they still work as intended. Other technology here is more of a threat to you. Notably, the villa's radios and speakers.
Radios and speakers?
Yes, music was intended to be broadcast all over the villa. Over time, however, the radio signal has decayed and emits a different frequency. Speakers and radios interfere with
Jesus
the
Christ.
frequency and can trigger the detonators.
The way of Iron Fist, yeah.
It is an unfortunate side effect, one I did not anticipate. I was unable to calibrate the collars to block the signals. So, you'll have to make do.
Radios and speakers can set my collar off.
Yes, but not immediately. You'll hear a beep from your collar's detonator. When you do, step back, scan the area, and find the signal source. There are damaged speakers and shielded ones. The damaged ones you can destroy at range. Don't get close. You can't switch them off like a radio.
I'm gonna need to use weapons.
Damaged speakers are sparking. Hard to miss. The casings are resistant to vandalism. Punching or hitting will not destroy them.
So how do I destroy the radios and speakers then?
Gunshots, energy blasts, even spears thrown with great force can puncture their exterior. Shielded speakers can't be destroyed at all. You need to avoid them or switch them off via a terminal. I'll leave the method up to you.
Alright, so find the other 3 people with bomb collars, bring them back here.
I've downloaded the instructions and
Uploaded.
on your Pip-Boy.
Uploaded into. Uploaded.
Yes, I have access to that device on your wrist. Get the other 3 here after that. I'll have more instructions for you. Do this, I'll let you go. I'll let all of you go.
How am I supposed to find them?
Your piece of Rocco trash will help you, I've insured it. It can latch onto the signal of the collars and tune into their frequencies. The bomb collars come with radios embedded in them. You can eavesdrop easily. It was part of their design to listen in. They can even screen out white noise from the environment to allow greater monitoring.
Who are these people I'm gathering?
One is a trusted ally. Obedient, caller, no.
To be fair, Robco is a bit of a... Well, they are a shitty company, but it is very likely that they meant for their equipment to be mass-marketed and just, given to a bunch of people. Because, it is given to every person who lives in vaults. So, him... Like, he's from the military. Like, he has the real proper stuff. Because the Brotherhood of Steel is military. So he knows what it's like to have good things. The thing that undercuts that is that the Brotherhood of Steel also have Pip-Boys. So, at least in this game, I don't know if they do in Fallout 1. I don't know, actually. Any suggestions for who I should get first?
Yes. Caller 8, the FEV reject, the super mutant. He is docile, predictable, and provided he's not starving, should be easy to command. I lost contact with him some time ago. Probably after he dragged you here from the trap. Find him. He'll follow you, caller or no.
What's FEV?
A long story. FEV, a virus, is an even longer story. It gave birth to the docile one, turned them into a super mutant long ago.
Yeah, the FEV is what I think I mentioned it earlier in this Let's Play. It's what made the super mutants. It's the whole plot of Fallout 1. Well, not the whole plot, but, the point the end. That's all I needed to know.
Good. If necessary, I will guide you through the village broadcast.
Yeah, I don't remember. If there may be a line of somebody saying something about it.
I'll direct you. I've downloaded instructions on the audio log to your Pip-Boy in case you can't read. If you forget why you're here, let my voice remind you.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh. Find color 12. Christine. That's one quest. I assume we're gonna get find color 8 and 14. Dean Domino. We've seen Dean Domino. Didn't we? In a, Wait. Whoa! Oh, there you are.
You return.
Please don't be buggy.
Why? Gather the 3 as I've instructed, then I will have more for you. Not before.
I had questions.
I am short on patience, and you are short on time.
What is this place?
Unfamiliar with the legend of the Sierra Madre? The casino exists.
Yeah, I know he's up there somewhere.
Where you're standing is
yeah, I remember getting him being a cool thing.
The villa lies in the shadow. The villa is a dumping ground of failed construction. Pre-war junk that has aged poorly.
He thinks a lot of stuff is junk. Other questions?
Ask.
How did I get here?
I brought you here. There are mechanisms in place once the traps across the Mojave are sprung. For now, your sole focus should be the Sierra Madre and how to get inside.
Harry! Welcome back. Enjoy the burger. More?
Ask.
Why is my vision blurry?
It is the cloud covering the villa. The longer you are outside, the more its toxins seep into your system. Through the lungs and the skin. You will eat at you the longer you're outside. So wherever you go, move fast.
Legathlanius, welcome to the stream. I'm sorry about the sound, it's weird.
And you will not.
Friday we're literally 20 degrees Celsius, and now it's -10. Yes, that is bad. That is bad. Can I ask?
Ask.
What do you need me to do now?
Gather the 3 others needed for this job. Return them here. After that, I'll have more instructions for you.
So nice when he doesn't do nasty things at me and just like... Who are you? I know that name from somewhere.
Someone who followed the call of the Sierra Madre just as you did. Now that I've found it's more than a story, I intend to take what's inside. Maybe that's why you came.
This is pretty important.
Why you followed the Pip-Boy here. And straight into one of my traps. Now, this is your reward.
You're a terrible person.
Ask.
How are you speaking to me?
Confused? Don't be. I'm commandeering the hologram technology of the...
It does this.
No.
It's gonna get better.
Equation.
It's gonna get better.
All can be controlled, provided there's a connection. And the knowledge to use it. This villa, the casino, a treasure trove of such devices. The holograms included.
That's all I needed to know.
Then go. The Sierra Madre may wait. I will not.
Actually, it isn't all I needed to know.
You return.
What's inside the Sierra Madre?
That is for me to know. You get that far, you'll see for yourself.
Who's the woman hologram in the fountain?
I do not know.
That question would be really weird for me to ask without me seeing it first.
It is of no consequence, aside from being a certain...
Can I ask more questions?
Ask.
Well, I guess that's it.
Then go.
Yeah, we're gonna need to... We can't be out here for too long. We're gonna need to, like... First off, see what equipment I have. We have a rebreather. Oh, that doesn't go away. That's interesting. That's the color. And we have a dead money jumpsuit. In terms of weapons, we have the hollow rifle, and we're going to mark that as a number 3 because I am going to be punching people. And then... the NCR emergency radio is still with me. Very interesting. Oh, it's microfusion cells. Yeah, I don't like that. Yeah, I'm gonna need to punch people. I don't like that. Then we have the quest itself. Find dog. Quote, unquote, dog. Dean Domino is not quote, unquote. So... Oh, we have the map? Yeah, he was talking about downloading things. He doesn't know the difference between downloading and uploading. I did this before, the first time and only time I finished this game, and I don't think I've ever looked at the map. I always explored it by myself. I am very surprised. I'm very surprised, because this map is not here, even though it probably should be. So, we are going to turn to the right and hug the left wall. Oh, we got these things. And it tells me that again. But we don't have Sierra Madre chips. The one outside is probably for us.
That's the way out after you break into the Sierra Madre's vault. Try to leave. I'll set off your collar.
Thank you. Thank you. Also, it's set your collar off because of the English things. Also, the chips. We can get them here. What is that? Ace of Spades for the Sierra Madre. Well, caravan is a long way away, unfortunately. But I think we're going to be fine. Not with this thing. With this thing. Let's see. Voice actor is the late Barry Dend. He also was Bill Watson in the famous movie Shining, Loghair, Thunderstone in the game Arcane. Yeah, I remember seeing that he passed away, the voice actor. And more recently, the voice actor for Mr. House also passed away. Fire hose box. What do you have for me? Bad things is what you have for me.
Outside, you may notice your vision will pulse, get dizzy. It's the cloud. Eats your insides slowly. Too much exposure. Death.
Find me and we can talk. Junk food, yeah. Says over there. Cloud dust. Ooh. Whiskey. Sierra Madre chip, and that's the pulsing. That's basically us taking damage. That's what that is. That's the vision pulsing. No, it's me taking damage. Dean's secret stash. A police pistol over here. Lead pipe. Turpentine, a coffee mug, unfortunately without the coffee. A plastic skeleton and a shovel. Stim packs. Yeah, the DLCs are particularly fond of plastic skeletons.
Watch out for the villa inhabitants. They're difficult to kill unless you chop them apart. If you can, blow them up or disintegrate them.
Well, I do have... Oh, hi. Let's see where this is going. I do have... Oh, he throws things. I have bloody mess. Okay, so that head, as long as you destroy their head, you're good to go. Let's take all that stuff. I don't know what that sound is, but we're hugging the left wall. Ooh. Yeah, we're gonna want to have these. If I can craft myself a power fists, then we're up to 50 already. What is that sound? Hologram remote control. Activate hologram? Why? Oh. Sure. Absolutely. So this is where we're supposed to go. Yes. On the other hand, I like the drama backstory. The drama background story in the casino with that woman's ghost. Says Harry. The only part I hate about this DLC is the kind of stupid... Oh, right. The look and feel of the area is great. Some other parts are lacking. Yeah. I get a real BioShock vibe from this particular DLC. No, not quit. It feels very BioShocky for some reason. I mean, certainly the character design helps to that. Sierra Madre chips. I wonder if that means anything. And this is the higher concentration of cloud. Is that where we need to go? It doesn't look like it is. You are being poisoned by a toxic cloud. But I am also getting Instamash. So, potato, potato. We're gonna be okay. Tomato, tomato. I say potato, potato on purpose. We found the police. Find dog in the... Oh, it's... I don't understand.
Speakers and radios interfere with the bomb caller frequency and can trigger the detonators prematurely. It is an unfortunate side effect, one I did not anticipate. I was unable to calibrate the callers to block the signals. So, you'll have to make do.
I will indeed make do. I think there's a radio. Your color is emitting a high-pitched noise. Oh! Yeah. That's us from the outside. I don't think that's the radio. So, ladies and gentlemen, and beautiful people, we're gonna be forced, for the first time, to use a rifle in this game. Or are we? Quick saving.
Noise makes my stomach hurt.
I think we just found dog. I don't know where the radio is. Oh, it's that thing up there. No, it's gotta be these things. I really don't know where it is. People are running into poison clouds to grab mashed potatoes from 100 years ago. It really is the end times, yeah. I think DLC would have worked better if they would have done burial at sea approach. Yeah. It allows for a little bit more flexibility. Have you looted any throwing spears? I have, don't worry. Dog is actually smaller than God. Set to a scale of 0.9, where God is normal scale to 1. Oh, I didn't notice that. That's pretty cool.
Puts dog in the cage, hiding downstairs.
This is really... I find it very complicated to see what the heck I'm dealing with. Trial and error, I'm doing it on purpose. What? I don't have lockpicks. I can force it, though. Oh. Oh, there you are. You jerk. Now let's do that properly. And by properly, I mean do exactly the same thing, but...
He's watching, waiting for you to try and let me go. Oh.
Yeah, I know, man. Oh! Ooh! I can deactivate it manually. I like that. Also, tinted reading glasses. I will get those, because it matters. Okay, so we're not going to use our rifle. Hopefully. A lot of wonder glue. I wonder if we need that. I hope we don't. Oh. There's multiple radios. Oh, this one is not bloody like the other one. Let's see what we have in this computer. Disengage contraband room lock. Prohibited items. Sinclair's prohibition list is going to be difficult to enforce and told him so. He claims we're getting an automated system that would confiscate items even the slightest bit radioactive or foreign and ship them back to the visitor's source address. Asked about items already in the villa, didn't mention the construction crew, and he dismissed it. Of course, no sooner than Sinclair gives his prohibition speech, his pal swings by the same hour, asking how, quote, hard-nosed, unquote, we were going to be, told me he couldn't guarantee he could keep me supplied if I didn't treat his, quote, friends, unquote, with the same respect. Prick. In the system security installation, Sinclair installed a new security system for visitors coming into and out of the villa. He doesn't seem to care too much about what they do when they're inside, only that we confiscate any personal items that could be dangerous or foreign and make sure we know who enters and who leaves. Asked him again about watching the construction crew. He said that was a, quote, villa matter, unquote. Great, that means the prick runs the show. And that's capital P as well. As long as there were no more accidents among the crews, that's what he cared about. Barely tucked my flask under the desk before he showed up. He gets that disapproving look when he sees the hard stuff. Sinclair. That's a character.
Get away while you can, before he comes back.
Don't worry. Ooh, got reading glasses. I'll go with the tinted ones. Sinclair visit. Sinclair did the rounds again today. Glad he left his ghostly entourage at the casino. Those walking light shows make me wonder why he's even got us on staff when they could blast us in a second. Otherwise, Sinclair runs a tight ship. Good to see in these days and times. Don't know how smart he is trying to make a resort to escape everything in the outside world, but rich guys can make it happen, even ones that have been hit hard like Sinclair has. Nothing much to report. Pretty quiet tonight. Even the Puesta del Sol, or from Puesta del Sol. Imagine Morris up in the casino probably has more than enough with the guests coming in tonight, poor bastard. Okay. Set up the radio so I can listen in on the gala event when it fires up, and left one out of the prisoners. If Sinclair doesn't want us to be too strict with the guests tonight, I may just toss the key in the holding cage with anyone with anyone we pick up and let them unlock the door when they sleep it off. In communications over here, set up the radio room downstairs to broadcast through the speakers. Don't want to miss tonight's performance. The receiver down there is stronger than the desk radios we have up here. Stash some supplies from the evidence room down there to celebrate once my shift is over. Way I figure it, the rest of the guards will be too busy to check up on me. So how do I get you out of there, dog? I need to find a key, don't I? Sunglasses are better than reading glasses. I'll go with those instead. Hey. He's just gonna stay there, isn't he? Unless we can find the key in one of these things. Vending machine code for 357 Magnum rounds. That's a recipe. That's a crafting recipe.
Master, help me. Master, help me. Please.
The dog. Yeah. Super stim packs. That's gotta come in handy. And some buff out. I'm not addicted to it anymore. The grenades, yeah, we're not gonna use the grenades.
Don't let him make me
Dean's secret stash again.
hurt myself. Hurt keeps him away.
Sinks are radioactive. Got another terminal over here. Got the weapons and mines in today, along with the shotguns and the ammo, enough to defend the villa if trouble breaks out. Sinclair's taking the world situation seriously, even all the way out here. Maybe more so because we're here. Hate to think if someone got their hands on half the stuff we have stored here. Enough military ordnance here to turn the villa into a minefield. And there's the dispensers report. Dispensers are up and running. Unlike most everything else, we've had few problems with them. I heard they had been part of some World's Fair exhibit Sinclair had seen, so he confiscated the researchers about the dispensers. Or, not, he... Let's say that again. My dog's name is Dog. Is it, Harry? That's cool. I mean, it depends on... Is it in English? Because it is cool in English. I mean, because, you know, Romanian dog called Dog. That's cool. So he contacted the researchers about the dispensers to see if he could use them here. Turns out dispensers do more than supply convenience items. If there's an emergency or the threat of communist attack, codes can unlock ammo and repair kits for the dispensers. Stored backups of the codes in the contraband room just in case. Well, I think that's what we found out. There's also a Sierra Madre armor over here. So we have extra repairs with this. Wait a minute. Oh, there it is. It's light armor. So not my cup of tea. And we have one bobby pin. I didn't actually notice picking it up. Let's not break it. C4 plastic explosives and a detonator. I'm not 100% sure what the detonator is for. I've never used it apart from quest item for the explode. Ooh, Sierra Madre helmet as well. Okay. Now we're talking. I can fix it with my sunglasses, as you do. And this is just the armory of sorts. He doesn't know Colombo. Colombo. Like in Colombo. Actually, I only know Song of Ice and Fire, Game of Thrones. In A Song of Ice and Fire, there's a character that has a dog named Dog. That's the only reference I get, or that's the only thing. I see how it is said as Lexi. I'm
Don't let him make me hurt myself. Hurt keeps him away.
Found the vending machine code for 308 rifle rounds in the toilet. But Harry is right. I am a fake geek. I don't know anything. Electric hot plate. For ghost sight. With jar of cloud residue. Do I want that? I got a lot of that. True police stories. Yeah, that's not too bad. Potato crisps. Some vodka. We're not gonna need to come out here anytime soon. Yeah, that old detective TV show, the main character was quite quirky, and he also named his dog Dog. Yeah. There's another bobby pin in there. We are getting... I wonder what this soundtrack is. Is it Gecko from Fallout 2? No. The Glow. This is the Glow.
Hungry.
This is the Glow soundtrack, I think. So about all I remember. You know, it's fair enough. That was an amazing show. Also going to get a second cat, an orange one that I'm going to name Julius, like the one in the movie Twins. I don't think I've ever named any single one of my cats. Oh, look, more plastic skeletons. In a bed that I can sleep in. Need to remember that for the future. This plastic skeleton was naughty. The purified water disappeared, unfortunately. Oh no, it reappeared again, because once it falls off the level, it gets respawned. Il Fantoma. And binoculars! Not that we're going to be able to see very far in this DLC. But, you know, it is something. And I like having binoculars, you never know. It's very unfortunate. Is absinthe more expensive? No, it's just normal. Oh. And a vending machine code for a weapon repair kit. Okay, this exploration is very important.
This time, I promise, Master. Just keep him away.
This goes downstairs. Named after Arnold. A cat. Oh, it's a cool name for a cat. Police station basement.
Knew you would come below the cage, down to where I am. Maybe you saw the letters I scratched on the villa walls. A little farther. Follow my voice. That's it. The one in the cage? Dog. I had to lock him up. He keeps disobeying me.
Yeah. Huh. I wonder if the audio is correct, yeah. And again, no subtitles. There really should be some subtitles. Especially on Super Mutants. The voice of Dog is Dave B. Mitchell. He also voices Festus and Morningstar Rock Scar Collector leader Federico Adamant in Wasteland 3. I don't know where this radio is. Vending machine installation. Oversaw the street side vending machines installation today, all working, mostly because the casino crew was running the show. Finally complained to the chief about the machines. They feel like a, quote, company store, unquote. We only get a few casino chips with the paycheck, so we can barely buy anything. Chief says he's not sure the chips were Sinclair's idea. Only if we had any problems with the machines, let him know immediately. Search and seizure. After another, quote, discussion, unquote, with the Puesta del Sol crew, told Chief it would be difficult to enforce the prohibition list, let alone the searches. Chief had the gala on his brain, said Sinclair put the construction of the villa more important than patting down the construction crews for liquor and chems as long as they didn't hurt anyone or each other. Got a little hot under the collar. Chief did too, told me to walk it off. This whole thing stinks. Chief's barely got time for me. Now Sinclair's turning a blind eye to things in the villa because his friend's running the show? Question mark. No more parking tickets. One good thing about this assignment, no more writing parking tickets. Sinclair's laid out the streets so narrow, cars can't even come into the villa. Resources being what they are, he may not want folks to waste gas coming here. Cuts down on traffic noise, too. Chief says it's more than that. Says Sinclair wanted the villa to be, quote, reclusive, unquote. Long as I don't have to worry about double parking snobs on Chrysler's gas hogs clogging the villa, I could care less. Wonder how he expects folks to get here, though. Seems extreme, even for privacy. I really like how this, like, because this is the cops writing. I like how they have a different style. and the attention to how well things are written is clearly less here. But they still use the quotation marks, which I really don't appreciate because they're poorly used. But they are also poorly used in the other things upstairs. But still. And by purely used, I can explain to you what I mean. So, let's look at something here. Ooh. Prisoner commands.
Are you listening? From now on, when I talk to you, pay attention. I've left markers on your Pip-Boy. Find the 3 other callers in town, 8, 12, and 14. Get them to the fountain. Obey me, and you can all go free.
Let's try that with a little bit more effects.
Are you listening?
No, it's the same. Let me see if I can... So let me see if I can get a text over here that's a little bit bigger. Oh, for example, this is a good one. Like, when we're saying here, look at this text. More surprises. You might be tempted as a writer to put quotation marks around surprises. And the reason why you would be tempted is because these surprises are, you say that a little bit sarcastically. In this case, bad things went down and all that sort of stuff. But you'd say it a little bit sarcastically. The thing with saying things a little bit sarcastically is that they only work if they have been introduced already. If you have, if somebody already said surprises, or if it's a common saying, not necessarily, you know, it doesn't have to be in the conversation that somebody said that, but if it's a common saying that somebody says, then you can use quotation marks. In that particular computer over there, I think the company store over here is used as a quote. This is more journalistic than actually anything, and it feels very weird. Now, this game doesn't actually have much of a problem with that, but some games have a terrible problem with quotation marks. Deus Ex Human Revolution in particular. Either way, there's a radio somewhere, and I don't like it. That's an interesting point. Yeah, it's just, it irks me. I know that's the thing for me. It's just a thing for me. It's totally fine. If other people don't see it, I'm happy for them. I'm happy that people can look at that and not be upset. That's good. It's good. I can't. I am upset. Wasteland 3, good. I didn't get to play it, but Wasteland 2. I'm enjoying Wasteland 3, but I don't think it's any better than Wasteland 2. If you didn't play Wasteland 2, go and play it. You're gonna enjoy it. But don't feel like buying Wasteland 3 because it's gonna be better. No, go play Wasteland 2, and then get Wasteland 3 when it's not cheaper or when you have time or something. The soundtrack is really good though. It's absolutely good. The sound design, maybe not so much, because the game is very, very confused a lot of the time. We got a book for Grognak the Barbarian. That is for melee. Now, we're not investing in melee at all, so it's not like I care about that. Burps. Let me put it this way. You shooting communist robots alongside with Kit-style car. No, the robots aren't communist. Are they? No, that's the joke. That's the joke. They're not communist, are they? No, wait. There's something about that. I don't remember. The Kit car is hilarious, by the way. It's not a car either, it's a huge truck. But apart from that, it's a car. You see the exploration here, unfortunately, it has a very like it's clearly designed differently from the rest of the game, because in the rest of the game I include a lot of the exploration, but that's because all the exploration I have commentary for it. For this exploration, there's no commentary. There's just, I could comment, but I'm commenting about it and I'm rambling about it. It's just that it's not gonna make it into the Let's Play. The nice, interesting things are going to make it, but most of it is just money. And you need money, obviously.
That's me, there on the table. The disc. My voice. Can't take any chances, though. You may be some victim who simply stumbled down here. If so, can't let you let Dog out. No, not yet. If you're who I think you are, you came to fetch Dog. Use him to drag others here. Now I'll use you. And that Pip-Boy you're wearing. You're smart. Clever. The key to Dog's cage is simple. Take my voice to the cage above. Let me speak to the beast inside. Then you and we can talk.
I love it. I love it. That's so well... I know exactly what's going to happen. I'm not going to spoil it for you, naturally, but that's so very, very well written. Ooh, Cosmic Knife. Oh, no, yeah, we've seen... Oh, bonus limb damage. Yeah, we have a few of these, I think. I'm not really sure why it is a Cosmic Knife. I think there's a... You see, there's more of them. There's a computer somewhere that tells us what this is about. But let's go back upstairs. In both Wasteland 2 and Wasteland 3, for some reason, the second act that's not on par with the first. It feels rushed and lacks some quest and stuff. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, Harry. Just the Wasteland 2 is a little... I feel a little bit more spread out than Wasteland 1. I don't know. Oh, then Wasteland 3, rather. There you are.
Dog, back in the cage.
What have we here?
That's a really cool thing.
I'm disappointed. Still, even if you aren't my intended guest, you take direction. Good.
This is the voice of Quan in Wasteland 3.
To figure out how to release me from my cage. Or perhaps you are, with the leash on your arm and the one around your neck. With our collars and manacles, why, we may as well be kin.
The name carved on your chest. Are you Dog?
The carving's a reminder for mirrors and for Dog. Dog, who you heard coming in, howling and hungry, as always. I've been trapped in here for some time. Then you come along and let me out. So, you opened my cage for a reason. Now, I want to know why.
In Super Mutants, brain damage is usually the result of prolonged Stealth Boy usage.
That's the easy explanation. The one
it was easy.
Pre-war technology, as if it's the cause of all ills, mind and body. I needed to come out of the cage to protect Dog from clever humans like you. Do you see these wounds of his covering his skin? The bear trap on his arm. He placed his own hand in it. The name he carved in his chest. To remind him of who he is, he inflicts pain on himself to silence me.
There we go.
And all I try to do... he cuts, hurts, and tries to murder me out of him. He won't succeed. Just makes me angrier. Dog is the beast. We simply change cages, like the ones here.
And that explains who Dog was talking about in his ramblings. We're talking to God right now, by the way. It's right there. But Dog, the beast, was saying, the pain makes him stay away. Don't let him out, or something to that extent. I don't remember exactly. And that's exactly what God is talking about right now. Why did you lock yourself in the cage?
No. Why did I lock him in the cage? I locked him in because I could feel him getting hungry again. There wasn't much time. If Dog roams, he gets into trouble. Eats things he shouldn't. Listens to others he shouldn't. So he's safer in here. We're safer in here. I hoped if I locked him in here, the one he obeys would come for him. Instead, I get you.
The one he obeys. If you weren't expecting me, who were you waiting for?
Don't play stupid. I already have to mind one child. You must have figured it out by now. The old man...
Capital O, capital M.
Madre, riddled with greed. Hoped you might be him when I woke up. All you are is his hand. You're the same kind of greed. Followed the radio, the broadcast, and now you're here, all confused. Not for long. You'll figure it out.
Why do you say I'm the same as the old man?
You're not him any more than I'm Dog. But that collar around your neck, you're an extension of the old man's grasp. Clumsy, perhaps, but a tool, yes. And once you get acclimated to the Sierra Madre, then you'll feel the same overpowering hunger the old man does. And then you'll be him, not just his hand.
This old man, what do you know about him?
Elijah. Human. Weak like all of you are. Feeling age circling him like starved dogs, howling for blood. To me, he reeks of age and failure. And madness. To me, he is simply the old man. To Dog, he is Master. His name, meaningless. Running out of years, hopes and dreams running through his withered hands like sand from the big empty. And scorched by the sun.
Scorched by the sun?
The old man, this Elijah...
Oh, it's the...
tried to hold the sun in his hands.
He's referring...
Arrogance.
What is it
was
called?
Cast down for it. Icarus' crime was to fly too high. Elijah wanted to bring the sun down to him. Arrogance.
I don't know that we can ask any more of that, but that's because Elijah is Elder Elijah from Veronica's story. He's the old Brotherhood of Steel elder that almost resulted in the annihilation of the Brotherhood of Steel when he was trying to capture the power of the sun in Helios 2 or Helios 5 or whatever that place is called in the main game. That's who he is. And we can never... I don't think we can ever confront him about that. I'm not 100% sure. It's just left sort of unsaid, which is interesting because, you know, players can notice that if they want to. I don't know. What is he doing here?
Heard the call of the Sierra Madre, just like you did.
Oh, that's cool.
Exactly the same way.
Stating that he misses the base and the church.
More than a
That's cool.
Comes to this shining, poisonous grail, this jewel of the desert. Dog knows him more than I do. Dog's always nodding, always obeying him, because he's weak and hungry and greedy for Master's affection.
So you're the one who knows how I got to the villa?
Of course I know. Even if I don't see it happen. Down in the cage, I hear echoes of the footfalls, the click of the collars. Every
Oh, no, the first I hear it's a ghost person. Oh, I want that.
Exactly how you got here. You couldn't help
I want that.
any more than Dog can help himself. You heard the voice, the promise, and then you walked right into one of the old man's traps. Then Dog comes for you, drags you here.
You brought me here to the villa.
Me? You think I want to haul bodies around the wastes like a Brahmin at the whip? No, Dog does it. When the old man says fetch, Dog fetches. You were in a man trap, and Dog
man trap,
and dragged you here. When, I don't know. But It must have been recent, before the cage.
I'm not a big fan of how this DLC like really tries to shame you for greed and all that. Oh, you heard the broadcast and you wanted money and all that. Especially because of the way I designed this Let's Play. Like, we went to the bunker first, and then we had to figure out how to hear the broadcast so that the bunker would be open. It's about as anti what the game is trying to tell us as it gets. I really don't like that aspect, because, you know, there could be other reasons for you to come here. Not just because you want money or anything. Why do you say that?
I don't remember you.
Asno, welcome to the stream.
That isn't
How's it going?
surprising. What is that it was when Dog was out of his cage. Free. Hungry. He knows not to eat anything he catches in the traps. After that, however, so he dragged you here. You got spared. Dog must have fed after you arrived. Once he was fed, that allowed me out of the cage and put him inside. Do you remember?
Charlie, welcome to the stream.
Out.
How's it going? I don't remember. I only woke up when my Pip-Boy went active.
Must have already been in the cage. Already had the collar in me. You're lucky Dog didn't devour you. Otherwise, we'd be closer than we are now.
Yeah. Had other questions?
Of course you do. And so do I.
You wouldn't have locked yourself in there without some sort of key to let you out.
The key? Why, it's the old man. The one who brought us here. I hid the key.
Slightly modded Vegas. I have a lot of mods.
I just
slightly modded
man to show
is good.
So he and I can talk. If Dog
most of my mods are like restoration mods
appeared,
and textures and stuff.
He would just do whatever he
cut content and
as
things.
Always. And I can't have that.
If you have the key in there, the old man can order Dog to open the cage.
Dog obeys, yeah.
From 150 mods up, you can say that. I have like about that.
Means of contacting the old man.
I have about. I probably don't have 150. I probably have like 100. I can show you. When we're done with this stream, I'll show you the mod list. I can play his voice, yes. I have an audio log from him on my Pip-Boy.
You don't play it. If you do, I'll find a way to get out of the cage. End you.
You have one companion mod.
Crush your arms.
That's about it. That's fair. Calm down. Follow me willingly. I won't do it.
No, you wouldn't. If you did, you won't escape this place alive.
No clause for alarm.
Shatter every one of
Thank you very much for the bits, Blaze. Welcome to the stream, by the way.
You think I'm afraid?
Were dinosaurs a pre-war thing or a pre-war thing? Good question.
I'll leave you breathing, then keep walking until my collar goes cold. I'll prop your broken body in view of the Sierra Madre.
How is he gonna
see what you came to steal? Forever out of reach as you die.
I'm not actually sure what I'm trying to convince him of. I can't convince you I'm not here for the Sierra Madre. Let's go with the first one, because I think that's what I was talking about before. I can't convince you I'm not here for the Sierra Madre or the old man. So I'll prove it.
Prove it? How? Words are worthless.
I have the power to let Dog out of his cage. I'm going to prove it by not doing it.
No, you're not.
He can die if he dies. You'll die because of the color. Yes.
Docile. Easier to control.
Don't worry. If he dies, I reload.
This place is where creatures like Dog can survive. The people that fill its streets. He is as vicious, more vicious than them. His hunger can help you more than I can. When I am in control, the shell is difficult to fight in.
What do you mean?
The inhabitants of the villa.
Exactly.
They are difficult to kill. They need to be chopped apart.
Oh, Deathclaw companion, nice.
Disintegrated.
No claws for alarm. That's a cool pun. I like that.
Kill, but not to devour. And dog.
I know it's a bad argument.
If he is with you when they
it is a bit of a desperate argument.
Fall on them, end them. If I am with you, fighting will be far more difficult.
It is a bit of an argument out of desperation, like, I don't know. It feels like if you're at the edge of convincing him, you would say something like that, and then he would like, okay, you know, it's like a promise almost. His name is Draco or Draco. I don't know how to pronounce it. And he's rather interesting. It's good. I don't think I've ever seen that mod. Even if dog is more helpful, we can manage.
I am not sure you belong here. No, you don't belong here. Yet, you came this far, and I'm not interested in remaining here any longer. I'll unlock the cage.
All right, let's get you out of here.
Very well. Lead on.
He's related to Goris? Nice. God has given you the In My Footsteps perk. This perk grants you a bonus to stealth, as well as the ability to step lightly around placed traps.
No toxins in the air in here.
Really? That's good to know. We have a companion now. And I want you close.
Of course. Murder's in our blood.
I want you aggressive. And in melee.
If it isn't the
clever one.
What do you want?
What weapons are you good at?
Dog is better at the baser instincts than I. I merely have the brain for it. His sinew and muscle are difficult to move consciously. He's always hungry, clumsy, heavy.
Yeah, that doesn't answer the questions.
I'm sure you do.
How do you switch back and forth between voices? I don't remember Dog. No, well, I guess Dog might be voiced by the same voice actor, but I think here is between God and Dog.
All it takes is the right command.
Because first throw it bugs out in one fight. Okay.
Dog hears his master giving orders, I go back in the cage. So that leash on your wrist and the one on your neck. I won't truly be free to express myself until every trace of that voice is destroyed. Still, if you ever want to speak to me, bark my audio log at him, the one in the police station. That'll call me out.
Yeah. Why does that make him go away?
Dog is afraid of me as long as the master isn't around.
Why did you put emphasis on the word master before?
The master, Elijah, reminds Dog of someone from long ago. His leader, commander, commanders. The master was a strong personality. Personalities as well. Dog is slavish, was conditioned to serve the master until death. The old man, Elijah, merely came along and opened that door in Dog's mind. Now, Dog does whatever the old man wants.
Mm-hmm. And obviously the master is one of the main bosses, one of the two big bosses of Fallout 1, the creator of the super mutants. It sounds like it makes you mad.
Mad?
Yeah.
Mad
the writing is very Avalon. Very much Avalon.
There's not a word for the hate I feel inside. It's consuming. Twists everything.
Although the voice acting makes it kind of tricky to spot a lot of it.
Ruin to the world.
A lot of the style.
Again and again. I thought at last we could be free. Thought Dog could be free. No. No, the world's always got another cage. Waiting. Keeping everything you want just out of reach.
What does Elijah make dog do that angers you so much?
Gather others, drag them here. Fetch, like an animal, and hurt them if they resist. Dog doesn't even blink. Even hear their cries when he's twisted their arms full circle.
Full circle.
Screaming on the ground. To listen to him, commanding Dog to hurt others. And Dog just nods, eager and willing to serve.
Can't you do anything?
Do anything? Me, Dog puts in the cage, hurts himself to try and drown out my voice, when all I want to do... never mind. Useless.
He never says that.
Finally,
He never
had to
says.
start fighting back, screaming on my own. Had to take matters into my own hands. Lock Dog up.
You're trying to protect the dog. Having Elijah control him, hurt him. You want to protect him.
I've watched over Dog for so long. Tried to stop him from hurting others, killing others. Quiet that mindless, howling instinct of his. He doesn't understand. He has the brain of a child. He knows when he does wrong. He just can't help himself.
You care about him.
He's my brother. Kin. Without him, I wouldn't exist. Maybe I was nothing more than his conscience, trying to rein him in. Useless. I just need him to show restraint. Let go of the needs, the hungers. Ease the burden. Just once, so I can have my thoughts to myself.
Why can't you control him?
The instinct is stronger than me. Dog is stronger than me. He's just a child. He knows when he does wrong. He just can't help himself. I don't know when I first spoke, or when I first started thinking for myself. It was so long ago. I slept for a long time before. I want to believe I was the one in control once. I don't know anymore. Then Dog got a new master, a new voice, and I woke up to protect him.
I had other questions for you.
You're a brave one. Sure you're ready for the answers?
Where's your collar?
It's close. Closer than I'd like. Dog's been into things. Needs to think before he eats. Chew before he swallows.
I think he said this before.
Eager that way. Now the collar's a part of me. Inside.
You're gonna sue this mutant's ass over I Wanna Believe?
Electronic heartbeat. Clicking and burning.
Is it I Wanna Believe that the poster says?
Like before. It was cold and heavy before going.
I thought it was The Truth Is Out There.
Now you're here, and it's pulling and kicking again. Tugging like a leash. Interesting.
Well, if the collar inside you is active, I didn't switch it on.
Really? Yet it led you
It's
here.
both. Oh.
And now you're here, and it's burning a hole in my guts. Maybe it's crying for its owner.
How the hell did you, or whoever, eat one of these colors?
They detach. When segmented, they look like nothing more than metallic rad scorpions. And if they're attached to neck flesh, warm, red. Dog doesn't care what's on the body he's crushing in his hands. He'll mangle it, twist it, make it fit until he's full. Dog can't help himself. Hungry, greedy.
I Want to Believe is the poster with the
now
UFO.
The collar's inside, alive again. And we're trapped here until it goes cold.
Maybe you shouldn't go around shoving old world tech in your stomach.
As if I had a choice. Sometimes instinct takes over, and that's when I go into the cage. It's like curiosity that way. After all, you wouldn't have put that collar on by choice. Perhaps it was your curiosity that caused that hand to close on your neck.
No, it's the normal. That's what I was talking about. Just the Let's Plays. Moving on.
More.
Yeah. Who's this old man who brought us here?
Don't play stupid. I already have to mind one child. You must have
You said
figured
this
it out
like
by now.
why is he?
The old man obsessed with the Sierra Madre, riddled with greed. Hoped you might be him when I woke
It's
up.
like the same lines except a little bit
All
different.
is his hand. You're the same kind of greed. Of course I know. Even if I...
Yeah.
The way back doesn't matter. Try to leave. Try to disobey. And your collar ends the journey faster than you can say, begin. You're clever. You'd be able to find a way back if you left. Me? You...
That's weird. Oh, I see how they designed this dialogue. I want to know more about the man who brought us here.
The old man obsessed with the Sierra...
Yeah, it's the same. What's Elijah doing here?
Heard the call of the Sierra Madre, just like you did. Exactly the same way. Finds out it's more than a story. Comes to this shining, poisonous grail. This jewel of the desert.
Shining, poisonous grail.
I do. Dog's always nodding, always obeying him, because he's weak and hungry and greedy for Master's affection.
What does Dog know?
Ask him. Or better, don't.
See you later, S-Laxy. Thank you for coming up, coming to the stream. We'll watch a little more till I doze off. I will only be streaming for 10 more minutes, though, so have a good night. Have a good sleep.
You're a brave one.
Okay, well, that's enough for now.
We'll see.
We will, actually. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to quick save. And I'm going to reload that save.
Dog, back in the cage.
That's the wrong thing.
Are you listening? From now on, when I talk to you, pay attention. I've left markers on your Pip-Boy. Find the 3 other callers in town. 8, 12, and 14. Are you listening?
Remember you. You were mean to Dog. Make Dog sleep. And other...
There we go. And that's Dog now. He's a little bit smaller. I had questions for you.
Yes, Master.
It's the same voice. It's the same voice actor. Can you tell me how you got to the Sierra Madre?
Here. Followed voice in air. Then here. Here as long as can remember.
A little bit quieter.
Don't like this place. Hard to find things to eat sometimes. Better than the cage. Dog doesn't like being locked up. Voice in air didn't say anything about a cage and nothing to eat.
Voice in the air?
Dog hears many voices. One in air, the other one, and Master. Master is the nice.
The other one in Master.
Gets mean, mad sometimes, but lets Dog feed. Master was quiet for a long time until Dog heard him on your arm. Did you eat him? Dog gets hungry too. Being hungry makes the voice mad.
I want to hear more about the Master.
He takes care of Dog. He tells Dog what to do. Told Dog to come here, put collars on people. Sometimes people fight. Dog holds them until they go quiet. Don't make any noise. If collars don't fit or go too quiet, find others for Master. Master makes the other voice go away. The other voice hates Master. Dog can feel it.
Ah, the other voice is God.
Master's voice is like pain. It protects Dog.
The other voice is God. Yeah. Where's your color?
Lost it. Got hungry. Made the other voice mad. Madder than it ever was. mad enough to lock Dog up.
What's the other voice?
Other voice, don't wake him up. When voice wakes up, Dog goes to sleep, and voice climbs up in Dog's head. The voice puts Dog in places, puts him in cages, and locks him in.
Yeah. Do you know how to wake him up?
Sometimes when Dog gets tired, or eats too much, gets full. Sometimes when Dog goes to the cage, then voice wakes up.
When you put Dog to attack the ghosts, you should do an impersonation of Mr. Burns. Release the hounds. I have once done the perfect voice of Mr. Burns. So I have it in me to make it the perfect thing, but I'm not a good imitator. I had other questions for you.
Too much talking makes Dog's head hurt. Getting hungry.
Did you bring me here?
Dog fetches. Dragged you here. Dog thinks. You not struggle like others. Trap makes you sleep. Make your voice go to cage. Dog doing what he was told. Try to catch as many as he can eat the others. No eat you, though. Master talk through you, like voice inside Dog. Dog missed hearing Master. Not hear Master for a long time.
Do you know the way back?
Might find way back if Master lets you go. If he not want you to go, he makes head red spray. Then Dog has to find another one. To leave?
Red spray.
Go through gate. Walk. Hard to find way. Dog can do it. Too hard for most to come here. Why so quiet in streets?
Could I find my way back?
Maybe. Not sure you could find way back once leave. Dog has to smell and hunt for path back here sometimes. Cloud keep moving. It okay. No one ever leave except Dog. And Dog not want to leave. You here until Master lets you go.
I'm curious to know how Elijah got here, if it's so difficult to find this place. Huh.
Too much talking makes Dog's head hurt.
Those scars on your body, where did you get them?
Hurt self. Hurt makes the voice go away. It doesn't like pain. Dog doesn't like pain either, but keeps a voice quiet.
There's a spot that grants you permanent death.
Until voice dies.
What is that? What does that mean, Harry?
Enough. Voice go away, never come back.
Is that why you have a bear trap locked on your arm?
Dog put his hand in it. Hurts. Made the voice go away. Now can't get it off. Don't want it off. Hurt keeps voice sleeping. Bleeding. It also keeps others quiet too. Dog hits them with metal bear teeth until their voices stop. Makes Master's voice come back.
You get stuck in a place you can't leave. Nothing the console can fix, I'm sure. Can you tell me about the voice?
Don't know where other voice come from. Wish would go away. Always trying to stop Dog. Caging Dog. Voice started talking not long ago, Dog think. Was always there. Start talking when Master showed up. Making Dog sleep. Go to cage. Voice hates Master. It okay. Voice always hide when Master around. Go quiet. Watch Master as he does things. Voice scared of Master, Dog thinks.
The Master sounds like he treats you well.
Master always feed Dog if not in cage. Master lets Dog do what Dog wants. Not like other voice in cage. Always mad with Dog, shouting at him. Too much talking.
Have orders for you, for going, staying, all that.
Dog is listening.
Okay, it's just that's enough for now. I wonder if You have lost gods in my footsteps, perk. But Dog has given you the benefit of his ravenous hunger. Ghost people are difficult to kill unless dismembered or disintegrated. If Dog is in the party, however, Dog will devour them, preventing them from getting back up. All I need to do is blow their heads up. They don't get back up after that. But I blow them up, their heads up with my fists. So...
Dog, back in the cage. If it isn't the clever one, what do you want?
Oh, you're not mad at me.
We'll see.
Will we, though? So I've lost Dog's ravenous hunger, and I got gods in my footsteps. Really? You don't get mad at me for bringing Dog out.
Maybe I'll tear it off your arm, wear it on my neck.
No. Anyway, we got our first companion. God. Or Dog, depending on the direction that you read it from. It doesn't translate if it's not in English. I wonder if it does or not. Yeah. He looks like Yondu. Ed Forman, welcome to the stream. I don't know who Yondu is. So what do I need to do with that? Oh, I just need to go back to... Yeah. So, that's it for right now. Ooh. That's it for today. We've started off with the Sierra Madre. Looking forward to this. Oh, from Marvel, Guardians of the Galaxy. Right? I don't know. Ooh, I wanted to show you how many mods I have. Here's the one. Look at it. Look at all of them. I have 91 mods. Tell me, Harry. Tell me that I don't have a lot of mods. Admittedly, I don't have 91 ESPs. I only have probably 50 or something. Or 45. But it's the... Harry has over 200. That'll do it. That'll do it. And Vulpes, welcome to the stream. How's it going? I'm just now leaving. I'm just now gonna say goodbye. Just need 9 more, says Vulpes. Oh boy. Anyway, that is gonna be that for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you had a good time. And I will see you again in 3 days' time. 4 hours before now is when I start. On Saturdays I start an hour later, and I go for 3 hours as often as I can. And yeah, that's gonna be that. Oh, I put the plasma ball away. Otherwise, I would play with it a little bit more. But yeah, thank you so much. Have a good weekend, everybody. Stay safe. Bye bye.